Yo, welcome back to Crazy Bowl TV. Thank you for joining me for LFC Vibes. Football is back. Thank you. We're gonna preview the match versus LFC and Bournemouth at Anfield today. Oh man, excitement, man. Football is back, people. Football is back. Come on, people. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the subs up. Please subscribe, share, and like if you haven't so far. Please don't forget the notification bell. Let's get those house cleaning going, people. Let's get the house cleaning going. Football is back, people. Football is back. Football is back. And guess what? It starts at Anfield. The best thing ever. Double L. How you doing, my brother? Only 3 minutes late. Thank you. I'll do better. I'm getting closer. Thank you. Big up yourself, man. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. People, hit the like button. Let's get this subs up. Let's get this party started. Honesty is in the building. It's a Bendok to Bournemouth. Here we go, man. This is awesome. 25 million I'm hearing, people. 25 mil is what I'm hearing. This, you know what I mean? It's what it is, man. It is what it is. More money for the coffers. At this point, we are over 200 in net spent. That's beautiful, man. Big up, CJ. I'm expecting you to have a great game today. Otherwise, tomorrow we got questions. Yes. People, thank you. Come on in. Hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. He said, Ekitike, Gakpo, Ngwomoa, Salah, Chiesa. What is that? It's not over yet. Can you make me a moderator, brother? I am here before you start the time, and I have a good CV. Brother, I got you, man. Let's see if I can do it. I'll get you done. How do we even make a moderator? That's a very, very good question, yeah? Let's see how you do this, right? I'll get it done before the even if it's after the show is over. I'll make you a moderator. Let's see, moderator. Didn't even find me. Oh, this goes under settings. Yes. See, community moderation. Let's go. You said big up to. Oh, thank you so much. I got Anfield Irishman in the building. If you are ready, man, let me know if you're available. I know you're a busy person. Big up yourself. Thank you so much. We got Shaggy in the building. Shaki is in the building. Mr. Shaki, thank you. He's watching it from X. Charleston. Olise, what's going on with this Olise? I was going to get on it. They said Olise has a release clause in his contract, first valid in the summer of 2026. Inside Bayern, there is a clear expectation that LFC and Man City will be Olise preferred destination. Okay. Are we saying that he's replacing Salah? Is that what we're saying, though? Is that what we're saying? Are we saying he's going to be replacing Salah? Because that's the only way he's kind of, because on the left side, we are basically stuck in it, right? Okay, so I have to go back to the YouTube. Bigger. I'm getting this done. I have to take care of the community. I got to take care of the community. Um, man, Olise already. He just got to Bayern. Didn't he just got there already? I mean, he's not happy. Is that what we're saying though? Is that why we're saying that he's not happy and he wants to leave Germany right now? Add as a moderator. Let's go. There you go. There you go. I did it. Thank you, Anfield Irishman. That was the easiest way. Thank you. I'll send the link. Yeah, man, that threw a little bit thing off. Why is he leaving Germany all of a sudden? I mean, he just got there. I mean, I like Olise. I think he's a baller. I think that going to Germany was a very good thing for him. He's has changed. His game have grown a lot. His game has grown a lot. So I won't mind having him be at Liverpool at all. He said our net spend is at 70 million right now. Oh man, net spend FC people are going to be losing their mind because they're going to say it's not enough. They're going to say it's not enough. Big up to man them in the building. Buying space randomly return again. Oh, he's back? All right, then we need to go pay him a visit. Fan base is growing, brother. Me and CJ being spreading the word. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys, man. You guys are always here too. Yes. Let's welcome the legend. Anfield Irishman is in the building. How you doing, sir?
Very well. How are you?
Doing well. I'm excited. Today is football. Football is back, as they say it. Wow, the summer went by so fast. So are you telling me the summer is over? This is basically what it is.
Yeah, the back to school ads are going up now, you know?
Yeah, they. Some of these kids are not happy at all. They kicking and screaming while going to school, man. When you go to the shop, parents are shopping heavily. Everything is on sale for return back to school.
It felt like it kind of goes quick, and then when you look back, you think, geez, that was actually a while ago. But it feels like we only just won the title. Like it
That's what I'm
feels like we
saying,
only
though.
won the title a couple of weeks ago.
We haven't had a chance to celebrate it. I still need more time, man. They need to give me at least 2 more months to celebrate this win. It went by way too fast. People, what do you guys think, man? What is everybody thinking? This summer is kind of like real fast. But let's move on. Football is back. Let's talk about football. What do you think, man? Are you excited? What's your expectation for the season? Of course, we're gonna win the quad, so that we know no underdog mentality here. What is your expectation?
Dude, it's mad. I mean, it's just crazy. It's like we haven't played this summer. Everyone else been playing. We've just played
Mm-hmm.
a few friendlies, and how can this not be a better team? Is what you're thinking. How can this not
Mm,
be a better side than last year's side?
yeah.
Um, but then we're looking at it, and it's still there's gaps.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we win. I don't think we win the Champions League this year.
Mm,
I don't think. Like I think we can win the league with this team. I'm not sure if this team can do it in Europe.
mm-hmm.
Um, who knows? Maybe a cup, but I'd expect full focus on the league.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I'm not going to get too far beyond that. I just to go to be the outright leaders in terms of league titles.
Yeah.
That's kind of, but it's the business that's been done is incredible, absolutely
Right.
incredible
Mm-hmm.
across the board. We're not even talking about Isaac and Gahey yet because they're not here
Mm-hmm.
yet.
Yeah.
I am just a bit kind of I'm a bit skeptical on how well we can do in Europe without a
Mm.
proper without a proper DM. Like in those real big games, when you need to
Mm-hmm.
control a game, that kind of stuff. That was someone was saying that to me earlier on. They were like, I think without that, really, it's going to be tough for Liverpool in Europe. But I don't rate really Man City. I don't rate their
Mm-hmm.
signings.
Yeah.
I don't rate the coach at Arsenal. Never have. I've been saying that for a
Mm-hmm.
year now. The problem at Arsenal is not. It's
Mm-hmm.
never the players. It's the manager.
Mm-hmm.
It's always the manager. So I think we're going to. Yeah, I think we should win the league. Yeah, I think we should win the league kind of
The same
not
way.
easily, but yeah, kind of 7, 8 points, maybe 6 points.
Mm.
You know, something like that. I just think I think we still need a real quality ball player in the middle. And
Mm.
that sounds crazy now with everything we're after doing. Yeah, Endo, no. No, just Endo isn't a build up DM. He's
Mm.
not a build up player. He's not a controller.
Yeah.
It's just the only thing we're lacking. And I just think it's a bit of an oversight potentially.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a bit of an oversight, but maybe the right play. Maybe we're doing real Liverpool stuff and going, we have our number one target identified and he's not available until 2026. So
Right.
okay, maybe that's what we're doing. Or we go out and get Baleba and stop him going to United. Go and do
See,
that.
I was waiting for you to say that because I've always been a fan of his, but then my mindset is also at the same place as what's the name, Giovanni. I'm like, they need more game time. You bring them right now, it's too fast. Fazi was on the other hand was like, nah, he needs to come in, start playing with the big boys, which is fine. But for their development, you want players like that to consistently play because that's the only way they get better. I'm a big fan of Baliba. Now, I understand he has a few issues with his passes, athleticism wise, he's very, very, that's the type of player we need, especially since we're going to be pressing so high. He's the one that can recover and kind of slow the game down for the opposition. What should I say? Slow the opposition down for us to recover in terms of setting up for defensive positions. And I think, I think Baliba is a player that Liverpool want. And from what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, Brighton don't want him to go now. Even though Brighton, they love money, they need him this year because they'll be in trouble if they let him go. This is probably the only year they don't have a player ready to cover for somebody because I think they didn't expect him to go. They were at least expecting him to stay, and especially it's a World Cup season, so he's going to ball out. He's where Ivory Coast. He's going to be going with the Ivory Coast. He goes to Man U. He's going to struggle. I'm sorry. People think that he's going to help Man U. No, he won't because Man U needs a lot more than just Baliba. Their defense is crap. That means that will put pressure on him, right? They might start well. They will play a couple games well. They might even beat Arsenal in the first match. But eventually, when the games start piling up, they have one game a week. But that one is all good when after November, everybody has one game a week, right? Everybody has one game a week. And the teams that usually plays in Europe, they get better because guess what? They got more playing time. So their team is gelling faster than everybody else. My new team is still have to gel. And we've seen them in preseason where it looks like they're good, but they have issues. So with me, he's a player. Definitely, I would love to have him. But I feel like he will be the Endo replacement next season if he stays at Man U. I mean, he stays at Brighton. Oh my God, what am I talking about? But yeah, I get your point. But starting today, what is your like feel about today? I know we shouldn't come out less than with a 3 point. It should be nothing but 3 points for me.
Yeah, brilliant opener.
Hmm.
It's like they've made a couple of signings, but they've
Mm-hmm.
lost their entire defense.
Yeah.
Three quarters of their defense is gone.
Mm-hmm.
They've made signings. They'll
Yeah.
Brighton or Bournemouth will be absolutely fine this year. I don't doubt that at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a brilliant opener for us. Really, like it's a team that isn't going like they're not going to come here and do like pure low block stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to come at us, but they're going to play football. I think it's you couldn't really ask for unless maybe
Mm-hmm.
something like Sunderland. I just think Bournemouth. This is a great time to play them, and it's you start as you mean to go on Friday night. You'll be top of the
Mm.
league. You'll be top of the league. 3 points, you're top of the league,
Yep.
and just stay there.
Mm.
It's
Don't
a
move.
great way to start. Just
Yes,
stay there.
sir.
Yeah, don't,
Yeah.
only it's one down, 37 to go. But yeah, I fully expect. Okay, it could be if we click, and I think the crowd. It's going to be a big night. It's going to be an emotional night. It's going to be a loud night
Mm. Mm-hmm.
under
Mm-hmm.
the lights. Everything is just going to be a bit much for Bournemouth. I think we could be two or three up at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
It could be one of those. It could be one of those, and then we kind of slow it down and end up winning 3-1 or something like that. But I could see us really going at them in the first half
Mm-hmm.
uh, and getting a few goals. Because again, it's a pretty much a brand new defense, new goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Just yeah, you couldn't really ask for a much better opponent. I
Mm-hmm.
think, 'cause like I said, they will come out and try and play football.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. They have a lot of new players. They're still building their squad because from what we hear, in Doak is going on the other side. So basically, they're coming in to pick up Doak and take him home. Um, I think that it's going to be an exciting. The first 15 minutes is going to be very high intense. Everybody's going at each other because Bournemouth and with the same manager, they don't usually sit back and absorb pressure. They will come at you. They still have the same forward line, right? Semenyo, Kluivert. Oh no, Kluivert is, I believe,
He's
is
out. He's
he's
out.
injured. He's out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's injured. Yeah.
Um. So yeah, maybe that's a big plus for Liverpool because he is a problem on their side. I agree with you. It's if Liverpool start the way we start against Crystal Palace, we could be 3 goal up before the halftime. Um, the idea for me is I want us to not take our foot off the gas. I feel like we take our foot off the gas way too early, especially if you. I mean, that's preseason game, but if you remember against Atletico and Crystal Palace, the second half we just took our foot off the gas. I don't know whether it was instructions or was it because the manager made too many changes. So I'm excited about this match. And under the Anfield, like the players are going to be so emotional. Especially, I'm hearing that what's the name's family is going to be in this in Anfield. Chota's family is going to be in Anfield. So it's yeah, as Redbird says, it's gonna be very very emotional time. But like you said, you get 3 points. You got 37 more games, and how many more points? Let me do my math real quick. 21,
101.
121 more points to go, which I think we can do it,
No,
right?
111. 111.
111. Sorry, yeah, 111 more
90
points.
plus 90 plus 21.
Yeah. See, a
Yeah.
lot of people are saying that this season cannot get to 90. I bet they differ. Somebody can get 90 points. It's a World Cup season, so it's going to be competitive. The team that gets consistent enough can hit 90. I mean, we were on course for 94, and then when we won the league, we just started partying. You
Yeah,
think you think anybody could get close?
Uh, yeah, I don't see why not.
Mm.
I don't see why not. Like you said, we had the second best defensive league, or
Hmm.
we had the second best defensive record in the league last year.
Yeah.
And that, for me, is probably for two reasons. One is we took our foot off the gas
Hmm.
massively
Yep.
after we won the league. And that we let in a few. I mean, there was a lot, like there was five goals, I think, in two, maybe.
Hmm.
Chelsea scored three against us. I think Fulham scored a couple against us. And that pushed that number up. And
Yeah.
also the fact that the team with the best defense was Arsenal, and Arsenal are
Hmm.
Arsenal are incredibly defensive. People just who don't watch Arsenal, they just see Arsenal, they think big club,
Hmm.
famous players. Arsenal, they probably play attacking football. They don't. They play
No,
incredibly
they play on
defensive
a
football.
counter.
Yeah, six defenders.
Hmm.
Like we play with three, two, sometimes. Um, that's the only reason we didn't have the best defense in the league last year. So I think we can do a little bit better on that.
Hmm.
Probably we'd won a lot of games last year, maybe one or two.
Yeah.
We could finish. We could get maybe 6 points more than we did last year. Six, maybe 7 points more than we did last year.
Hmm.
I think we'll just be. I think we'll be a better version of last year's. But
Oh, okay. No, I believe that. I think we'll be more consistent than we were last year. With these new players, I think we're going to be more also attacking. We're going to score more goals than last year. I mean, if we come back second defense, all defensive second again with more goals, that's a winning team. That means you're not letting in too many goals and you scoring a lot of goals. That's you winning the league with that kind of record. It said Ben Doak to Bournemouth. Here we go. Deal in place with Liverpool for 25 million transfer fee. Big up honesty. Yeah, man. Liverpool is still doing business. Liverpool is still doing business. I mean, we letting all our attackers go. All our attackers are leaving. So does that mean that Chiesa is staying? Brian, what you saying?
no, I think he goes too. I think this will lead to another attacker coming in. Someone
Mm,
will replace Chiesa and Bendo. Not that, I mean, I've seen a few comments that he
mm,
wasn't given the chance at Liverpool. I don't really understand that logic. I think he would have been given a chance if he was good enough to get into the team. Plus, he had Salah in
yeah.
front of him. But even then, he's in his entire Liverpool career. He's made three appearances in the league.
Mm,
He's been here for 3 years. 1 year on loan. Last year on loan at Borough. He's been here for three. He's been a Liverpool player for 3 years, and he's made
mm-hmm.
three league appearances.
Yeah.
Now he wasn't even here under Slot, so in 2 years, Klopp never used him. Klopp
Mm-mm.
never gave him a shot in the league.
One on
Um,
one time.
and to get 25 million, I think we paid Celtic 600 grand compensation.
Yeah.
To get a player like that, we get 25 million for him. You can't say no to that kind of money.
Yeah.
Plus, it's a great move for Ben
Mm-hmm.
Doak. If Ben Doak isn't going to, Cena said we should have kept him as backup for Salah.
Mm.
I mean, that blows my mind. The idea that someone thinks Ben Doak can come into a team that's just won the Premier League,
Yeah.
that he wasn't good enough to get into. That
Mm-hmm.
team's just won the Premier League and is expected to go on and win the Champions League or compete in the Champions League. And I think Ben Doak,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, what is it about Ben Doak? What has Ben Doak done for Liverpool that makes you
Good
think
point.
that he can do that? What has he ever
Good.
done in a Liverpool shirt that you can point to and say that it's like, oh no, but we need to wait and find out. But
Right.
they've been looking at this guy for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't trust your coaches, if you don't trust your manager and your coaches and your head coach to look at someone for 3 years and be able to make a decision on him, then go and apply for the job yourself.
Yeah. See, this is the thing, though, and I would digress real quick. Liverpool, most, I don't say most, but Liverpool fans seems to get very annoyed when we sell our academy players. But teams like Chelsea, they love it.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because people forget that all the academy players we have, not all of them gonna make it. Only point 1%, less than 1% of them makes it to 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 the final, the main team.
Yeah.
It's part
Yeah.
of the business. You here, you come in, we train you. If you're good enough, we keep you. If you're not, you make us money. I like Doak. Yeah, when he started, he was promising. The pace kind of resembles Salah when Salah first came in, dribble, trickery, and then he fell off. I believe there was an injury somewhere. But the same thing is going with Dance, and now we have Owen Beck that is gone. Yeah, man. So I think the academy also the coaches also needs to be looked at. If you cannot make these kids, I mean, in a way they're doing their job because they're selling these kids at a very high expensive price, right? It's a premium. 25 billion for Doug. That's very, very good.
It's madness, Quasi.
It's very, very good, man. I mean, he will get a lot of, if he put his head down, he will play a lot of games at Bournemouth.
Yeah, they're going to lose. Atara is going to Brentford for
Oh yeah,
47 million, I think it
yep.
is.
And that's what
So,
Honesty was talking about the 4D chess that Liverpool is playing.
well,
He's
I prefer to
going to
call them
Brentford.
dominoes. I prefer to call them dominoes. It's a domino transfer. It's when one domino falls, then.
Mhm.
Well, I don't think this leads directly to Isaac. I think Isaac will happen either way.
Right.
But you know, yeah, it is going to. He's going to replace.
Mhm.
He's going to replace Utara. Utara is going to Brentford to replace,
Mhm.
in a way, replace Wissa. Not the same type of player. Wissa goes to Newcastle, but then I still think Wissa is only Callum Wilson's replacement. He's
Right.
not
Right.
Isaac's
Right.
replacement.
Right.
They need to replace Wilson and Isaac. To
Mhm.
me, Wissa is the Wilson, and
Okay.
the Sesko or the Ekatike or the Gyökeres would have been their Isaac had
Mm.
they got one of them in.
What
So
about
Jackson, I
the
think, would be the other one.
the kid they just got from Aston Villa?
Oh, Ramsey.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good player, good attacking midfielder. Yeah, can play.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was good. He didn't have a great season last year. It
Mhm.
was Morgan Rogers that really stepped up last year. The season
Mhm.
before that, Ramsey was having a great season.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. He's very easy. Yeah, that's a really good Newcastle signing. I think he has
Mhm.
some injury problems, but um, I think it's a really good signing for them.
But see, this is something they should have been doing at the beginning of the summer. And those are players that usually Mr. Eddie Howe likes. Those players that they are almost there and he can mold them. Eddie Howe, respect to him, he is a very good coach. He knows how to mold players. But they, like I think it was you or somebody who was saying, why were they wasting their time going for the Seskos and these? If you were going to go for the Seskos, you should have gone in right at the beginning of the summer, go after them, get them, pay the big money, get them, and then talk about Isak later. But trying to show that, yeah, we're going to be ambitious, and you were going for these big players and they all turn you down. You know what I mean? They wasted a lot of time doing unnecessary things, still wasting time because they don't have the money.
Did you see that PR message they put out through Craig Hope? I think it was Hope or Edwards or whichever one of them, saying that a scenario that hasn't been discussed is that they sell him and they
Mhm.
only replace Wilson and Isaac with Wissa, and then they do something in January. Like that's this guy coming out and telling the fans this is what the club is thinking.
At this point, yeah. And have you heard of what Eddie Howe said?
He hasn't shut up for 2 days, man. I'm not sure what he's been saying now. He's been talking nonstop.
He said he
He's like
doesn't
loose
see,
women or something.
you know, and he also saying, I don't see it changing. Let me show you the tweet.
I almost
Um,
feel sorry for Eddie Howe. Almost. I don't, but I almost do.
no, I think he has become part of the problem. He wasn't, but eventually he became. He kept talking too much, right? Just tell people this is where it's at. And he should have put, well, Instead of putting pressure on the owners, he decided to hire his nephew instead. So now he can speak because now you got to do what the owners are telling you to do now. Right? We gave you a position, you gave it to your nephew. Like official, this is what earlier happened that Eddie Howe was like, Isak's situation is the same, and I think that will remain the case. What do you mean it will remain the case? That means he's not coming back. Right? He is not coming back. I think that he at the beginning was looking like a okay, Eddie Howe, sorry for you. You do it the best you can, right? Try to bring in. But then he, like you said, he started talking too much. And he should have just, when I understand, a lot of time is the press conference, everybody's asking him. He should have said, you know what, nothing has changed. When anything changes, we will let you know and keep it moving. But he started making, and we won't do this. And if you don't do this, we won't do that. You know, we're not going to invite you for the barbecue. Okay, now you become messy too, because all of you guys are not as clean as them. You know, like they said, they're trying to make it portray, making Isak look bad. Yes, Isak, you know, protesting or going on strike is not ideal for any club and any player because you're on a contract. But let's be honest. If we peel the layers back, he told you guys, I wanted a contract. You didn't offer it to him. You told him you're going to bring more players. You haven't brought any more players. He told you in advance, I'm not staying. I mean, you know what I mean? Newcastle fans being upset. You guys need to be talking to your board, not Isak. That's where I am with that. But let's do this real quick. I started the lineup, never finished over the summer, right? So now I'm glad that you are here. Maybe you can help me finish this lineup because I believe the lineup is probably going to be the same as the one that started the Community Shield. What do you think? Big up to my them in the building. Yeah.
Well, Gravenberg's suspended.
Okay, so that's easy. Let's get
That's that done. That's that one done.
That's very easy. Let's take Grav out. Who do you think is going to be Endo or
Mac.
Jones?
Mac.
But the manager said Mac is not fit. So I'm thinking he's not going to play him 60 minutes if he hasn't played 90 minutes in preseason.
I think he'll start.
You think he'll start?
I think he'll start, Mac.
Okay.
That's just me, though. That's just me. I think it's going to be Mac, Dom, Wirtz.
I mean, that's the midfield that we want to see, right? This is one of the midfield that we want to see. People in the chat, what do you guys think?
You know, because you've got Dom then, and that's the right position as well. Because
so you're going to switch him?
No, that's the right one. I mean, because McAllister will drop. McAllister will become your deep line player, but Szoboszlai will go to that left-hand side because him and Kirkes operate together on the left for Hungary a lot.
Yeah.
And Dom in that position is good with his passing. So that's a good slot for Dom, especially with the energy and all that. That's the way I'm looking. I like it'll be good, yeah, for Dom and Kirkes to be able to link up on that left-hand side.
Okay.
And it would be good.
And that assuming that Kirkes is starting, is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah. Do you have Robbo or?
I mean, if I listen to what a lot of people said and what I saw, he played against Crystal Palace. He didn't play bad. Going forward, he was good. Defensively, he was good. The only thing that was a problem was he hasn't gotten the position between he and Virgil yet. So there was always a big space between him and Virgil. And going into a season, do you think the manager will do a robo first just to show Kirkes, hey, this is where I want you to be? Look at Robo's thing. What do you think? What do you think about that?
No, I think he starts.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it. Now I think he's in.
Okay.
I think he's in. I just think he's in from the start now, and it's sort of
Mm-hmm.
Robbo's role to look on. But starting against his old team,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's what
that'd
I.
be exciting. And then, of course, on the right side at this point, Frimpong, right? I didn't even know
Yeah,
that
Harry.
Bradley was injured. How? Why are these players so injured? The season hasn't even started yet. Bradley, not a
Did
good
you
look.
see the slot quotes on Florian Wirtz
Yeah.
uh, about like he was just sort of saying, um, look, I mean, he's a player. We
Mm-hmm.
know he's a player, but it's sort of like, well, what do you need to do? He's like, you need to stay fit.
Mm-hmm.
That was really, really instructive to me. He's like, look, we all know how good these guys are. He
Mm-hmm.
said, why is Messi, Salah,
Mm-hmm.
Cristiano Ronaldo, why are they looked at in the way they're looked at? Because they were always fit.
Fit,
Now I
yeah.
know you can't say I know it's a bit like you can't no one decides to be injured,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but the point he's making is like that's the difference between these top guys. He said it when he came in
Mm-hmm.
as well. He said, I was a good player. He said, I was a good player 1 in 3. He said,
Mm-hmm.
one every 3 games, I could have a good game and I could play, I could
Yeah.
go up against maybe. He said, that's why I wasn't the top player because the top players do it 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
Every 3 games, they do it for 3 games. And
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't even talk about their qualities. He says basically you've got to stay fit and you've got to do every
Mm-hmm.
3 games. We all know how bloody good you are. You're Florian Wirtz. We know how
Yeah.
good you are. I
You're
don't
good
need to tell you
already.
that.
Yeah.
So, and he makes the point we've got good people for keeping people fit. So you can see how big a thing that is for him. So
Mm-hmm.
someone like Connor Bradley keeps getting injured. Someone like whoever, if they keep getting injured, I
Mm-hmm.
don't think he's going to have a lot of patience for that.
I agree. I agree. And yeah, you see, Bradley's injury it's muscles. I don't know. He's also growing. I mean, he hasn't grown into his full body yet, so that's also the problem. But Bradley, when he becomes impact, is because he's too aggressive sometimes.
He's a very
That's something
energetic player. Yeah,
very energetic.
very.
He needs to
Yeah,
taper that thing down and learn. And even when Robo first came to Liverpool, he was very energetic, like
he's a
ran through
wrecking ball.
people. Yeah. And eventually he's like, okay, I need to slow down. I don't know, maybe somebody told him, or maybe playing with Virgil kind of showed him that if I want to have longevity, I need to taper it down, pick when and where to be that kind of wrecking ball, right? But yeah, you
Mm,
make a good point because Verts, the skill is there. The skill is even going to get
yeah,
better. He's going to get better. So the only way you get talked in the realm of Salah and then get into the Ronaldo Messi level, stay fit, play more
mm,
games consistently, and be good consistently. Otherwise, then it's just another good player. Yeah, I heard that one. I was like, wow, okay. But this man, he doesn't mix his word. He tell it how it is. I'm pretty sure he has told him that. Most of the
yeah. I
words he
mean,
says, whatever he tell the media, he tells the player.
yeah, I believe that too. I mean, he might not tell the media everything he tells the player,
Mm-hmm.
but anything he says out loud in public, he will have already said to the player. Yes, definitely. There won't be a player picking up his phone and going, "Oh, he said what? He said what about me?"
Yeah.
He will have sat these guys down and said it to their faces because I love the way Slot is like that. I'm not in love with him.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have an incredible personality,
Nah, he's not
but
there
I
for
think he's
that.
an absolutely brilliant football man.
Yeah.
You don't need to be Klopp or you don't need to
Mm-hmm.
be Mr. Fantastic or what, everybody loves
Yeah.
great, great laugh. You
Mm-hmm.
just need to be a proper football man, understand where you are.
Mm-hmm.
He knows, like he's that stuff where he's saying yesterday, um, blah 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 out of 10, but he's saying this is Liverpool Football Club. It's 10 out of 10 or nothing. That's the expectation.
Yep.
Think about Roy Hodgson when Hodgson came in. Think
Gotta be
about
friends with everybody.
you know, it's just the mentality is spot on, and that's why
Mhm.
people like Doak. Sorry, you're
You
not
can
going to
make
make
it.
it at the club. You're not going to
Including
make it.
same thing with I believe Elliot too. Same thing with Elliot. It's
Yeah.
just he you see this is the thing that a lot of fans don't get it. They're always talking about that's why a lot of fans watch Verts against Crystal Palace. Oh, he didn't play well because all they care about is the trickery, those buzzwords. Oh, he did this, he did that. Banter words, so that they could go and banter people. Did you see? No, this manager knows that everybody. And if you are Liverpool, you're good enough. You are not a Liverpool if you are not good enough, right? So at the next step of next step of evolution is what else are you staying fit to play more games? How is your mentality like? This is you see now. Ryan, I think we getting philosophical right now. What's the difference of what we are talking now with Arsenal? Arsenal talk about shopping list. We need this, we need that, we need this. Ambition, ambition, ambition. FFC, our owners are not ambitious, our owners are this. But Liverpool, when it comes to Liverpool, we always talk about mentality. Why should we still have the underdog mentality? Why don't we, you know what I mean? We talk about things that said, from now on, we need to win regardless. Hence the reason why last year, Fairley did not bring anybody and won the league. We didn't come. Some of us say, hey, it was risky for not bringing anybody in. But they was like, no, we got a good team. We're going to assess. They can do it. They were very close. Same team was very close last year. Let's see if we tweak a few things, they could get there. Has Arsenal have you heard any Arsenal fans if there's any Arsenal content creator that you respect, has any Arsenal fan or Arsenal content creator that you respect has even uttered those words ever? I'll wait. Somebody answer that.
Nobody yet. Okay, that's your answer.
You see what I'm saying? That's the difference between the next level and everybody else. And the manager, our manager is telling Vert, you good, but the next level is this. And he's telling you because guess what? He has managed those next levels and taken him to a championship. You see what I mean? He's taking Salah, Virgil, Allison, Robo. Players who came from other places who didn't get a chance, like Gravenberg, McAllister, who won the World Cup. And he's taking them and saying, listen, you guys play for this legendary manager. Let's do it my way. And he wins the league without bringing anybody in. That should tell you what our mindset is. So I will strictly tell people, man, yes, look at performances, but don't look at these buzzwords, trickery. The team is not made out of Ronaldinho. There's no Ronaldinho in Liverpool FC right now. So if that's what you're looking for, I'm sorry, you're not going to like what you're going to see because this manager is building efficiency. That's why some of us get mad at Szoboszlai. Right? Because we know he has that in his coffers, but he does not do it. But anyway, so moving forward, the striker, are we saying Duns? Anybody agree?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
This gentleman here, man, I'm so sold on him.
We'll go.
I'm telling you, at the beginning of the summer, everybody was like, let's go for him. I say, nah, he's not ready. Maybe next year. This guy come in and he has leaped. And I believe that Honesty also posted it in the chat. He said about, I already have it there. Great mind think alike. On his slot on Hugo Ekitike, I see Hugo mainly as a number 9, but could also play from the left or together with another number 9. And his slot tells you guys what Liverpool's going to do right in front of your face, right? We need to have one more attacker at least. We don't know who, right? We don't know who this attacker is. But Gakpo right now needs to step up. His one-dimensional could be his downfall. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's been my kind of one of my things that I've been banging the drum on this summer is that if we don't buy an obvious, oops, that's it for Gakpo type player, and this has to be his big season because I keep saying it. This guy is 26, 26, and he still feels like a 23-year-old guy that we bought a year ago because he's never come into that team, nailed down a spot, and gone right. It's Salah on the right, Gakpo on the left. Who else plays?
Yeah.
So it's really is time for him now to come in and step up. I think this is his last year at Liverpool. Myself,
is it because
of what you said? Because of what you said, I think just the one-dimensional sort of nature of his play. And Slot, he gave a big interview with Arne Slot about what he talked about with Slot when he came in and said Slot was saying, I don't want to see you ever in the middle. I don't want to see you playing number 9. I don't want to see you playing number 8. I want to see the Cody Gakpo that tore the Eredivisie apart at PSV. PSV?
Yeah, PSV went over PSV.
Yeah, because he just played in that left-hand inside forward role. He said, that's the guy I want to see. And he's kind of come in and done it. He's been good for us. He's been good. But, it's just the way I see it. I think I hope he's an scapegoat. He's someone I've been saying.
No, I know the fan base have started because people don't want to criticize Sadio Mane.
I think for a couple of years he was the best finisher at the club, but I just think he's 26 now and he still hasn't really put his stamp on things. So I think this is a big year for him, especially.
This is a very big year for him. He is on my list.
Yeah, with Wirtz and Kirkes, it's a whole Wirtz operating in that left-hand side area as well. So it's a whole new left-hand side with Kirkes and Wirtz.
Yeah.
And playing off Ekitike, playing off Isak. So I think, but I just think, I don't look, all players leave eventually, and I'm not saying he needs to be sold. I just wouldn't be surprised if next year he actually does just maybe move on somewhere else. But if he has a real, you see, I'd be surprised. Like you can say, oh, if he was to go out and score 20 goals this season, would you call that a breakout season for Gakpo?
No, because I've seen him. I mean,
exactly.
a breakout.
He's too old for a breakout.
Exactly.
He's too old
I've seen him.
He's
too old for a breakout. A breakout for
he's got
him.
it in him.
A breakout for him is him. I don't even think it's the amount of goals. It's just him being unplayable, and we've seen a sprinkle of that, especially during the cup. The Carabao Cup run last season, right, where he was just. Yeah, he scored a lot of goals, but he was he was just unplayable. Even the Champions League, AC Milan, they could not hold him. Right? Their fullbacks had to sit back because he was just blistering speed. For me, that is a breakout season where he will give you say between 15 goals and 20. But assist, is he also creating assists? Right? So 15 goals, 10 assists. Okay, breakout season. But he has to be unplayable. And the one thing that I'm looking for him, Irishman, is he needs to stop holding the ball too long. Because if you see Wirtz and Ekitike, how they play is one-touch football, right? That's something what the Dutch does better than most people. One-touch football, like bam, bam, move, pass and move, because teams are going to sit back, just like Crystal Palace did. And the only way you break those teams is doing pass and move. If he can do that, he will. Yeah, he's gonna be scary because he's direct. And holding the ball by as soon as he gets the ball, and then he just want to cut inside. Eventually, all the defense is gonna start reading you, and then what?
There's a few.
That's my only thing. If he start pass and move, he'll be unplayable because he's a hard worker.
Yeah. I just think that there's a few comments in the chat like saying people are turning on him. I hope people don't include me in that. I've always
No,
like
no, no. We know.
I've
We
always
just say what we see. That's it.
yeah, I've always been fairly consistent about. I've always
Mm-hmm.
Gakpo is a brilliant finisher. For a while, he was the best finisher at the club. Most accurate finisher, I thought. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Jota as well, God rest his soul. He was up there. He was a great
Mm-hmm.
finisher. Um, but to me, it's just I think I've always thought Gakpo was a great player. I've always been a big, fan of his. I'm a fan of the club, not
Mm-hmm.
just players. But sometimes teams overtake players.
Yeah.
Sometimes teams outgrow players.
Mm-hmm.
And this team, if I can see if Gakpo doesn't kind of get into this team and be a
Mm-hmm.
kind of a mainstay in it, I can see this team kind of overtaking Gakpo.
And let's
You
be
know,
honest.
if a
I,
Barcola was to come in or a Rodrigo was to come in, or it can
yeah.
just be a piece of that.
No, I agree. Because even on against Crystal Palace, it felt like the team was outgrowing Salah. Am I
Evolution. Well, I
exactly
mean,
right? It really looked like that this team is way too it's way too fast for Salah because he didn't beat his man one time, right? He barely passed the ball. He was stuck on the line instead of cutting in. And that's something that I want to talk to you about. What do you think about these? If Annie Slot needs to stop having these fullbacks cutting in, because if anybody is in the mindset that they kind of get in the way of the number 10s. I agree, man. Because Frimpong played very well when he was overlapping rather than cutting in. And I think Salah needs to be tucked in a little bit more. Yeah, you could leave Gakpo on the wing because he still can run. He's still strong. He could blow past defenders. But player like Salah, I think Salah needs to tuck in a little bit and have Frimpong overlap him. And Kirkers too. Kirkers don't want to be at the number 10 inside the box. What is he doing over there? I think he was very efficient for Bournemouth when he was overlapping. He goes through the bar line and then cross the ball. What do you think about that?
um, it just in terms of Kirk's position and like,
Yeah, that like where's my thing? Like he kind of cut in. He comes here, like right. I was seeing him a lot more on this side
yeah,
rather than
underlapping. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, underlapping rather than coming through here and crossing the ball in.
Well, if you put Kirk's where you had him there,
Mm-hmm.
in between Verts and Gakpo,
Yeah.
and you put Frimpong in the same area on his
Mm-hmm.
side, in between Salah and Verts,
Yeah.
you can even push him further forward there, right in between Salah and Verts.
Yeah, like right here.
That's what that's what you're going to see a lot of. That you're going to see a lot of that now is underlapping. You're going to
Mm-hmm.
see underlapping fullbacks this season. It's something that we've been setting up to do with Van Bronckhorst, especially.
Mm.
Um, it's a newer tactic. It's something, things change all the time. People are always trying to
Mm-hmm.
change, change, change. You're going to see this is something a lot of teams are starting to do now. Is this underlapping fullback
Mm-hmm.
where they will go around the outside, of course, sometimes,
Yeah,
but
eventually.
yeah, but it's not inverting.
Mm-hmm.
It's underlapping into midfield, and that's giving you your front six there. That's your 2-2-6.
Right.
You know, but it even then say if you weren't going to go that full out attacking, you could just drop Carcass back in beside Virgil, which is what you were talking about earlier on, and
Mm-hmm.
that gives you your 3-2-5. Your 3-2-5 in attack, or that's your 2-2-6 in
Yeah.
attack there, and you're going to see a lot of that. You're going to see a lot because you saw it with Robbo
Mm-hmm.
in preseason. Robbo was taking shots from that left
Right
hand
here.
side edge of the penalty area.
Yeah.
So that's where you can expect to see a lot of Kirkes as well, is in that area, that underlapping run now, as opposed to the overlapping,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of new. And then you're going to see a lot more, I think, of Salah playmaking. Salah's
Mm-hmm.
going to be making a lot of assists this year, dropping it, and
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, it's just insane, Quasi. If you think about it, right? Just think about your defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
On one side, let's just say you've got a slight left-hand side bias. You've got Verts, you've got Carquez,
Mm-hmm.
Ekitike, and Gakpo. running at you,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of shit to deal with coming down your right hand side.
Mm-hmm.
But if you neglect your left hand side or right at all, you've
Mm-hmm.
got Mo Salah and Frimpong running
Mm-hmm.
at you.
Yeah.
That's insane. If you're a back four and you've got that running at you, and
Yeah.
back in the day, everyone could just triple up on Mo Salah, and
Mm-hmm.
you'd probably be all right because it's the only other options were Darwin or maybe an out of form Diogo, maybe or Diaz, and you can kind of handle that. So you can
Yeah.
double up on Salah. Try doubling up on Salah now and leaving Verts free and leaving Ekatike free.
Yeah. That
This
is
is
what is going to be good. Yeah, you're right. But real quick question, right? I mean, don't you think that's what Virgil? Okay, so do you rather want him here or you want this guy here? And then him kind of tuck in a little bit here, like you were saying. So when these guys push up, it becomes that three you're talking about. He comes in and he's right here.
well. I think what you'll see is like if you look at it like a three to begin with the two in front, and Dom is back, right?
Mm-hmm.
What you will see, I think this is from what I've been looking at,
Mm-hmm.
watching, and not not watching the game, but looking at the tactics stuff.
Yeah.
Frimpong is going to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Frimpong is just going to go.
So this
He's
guy.
not going to hold back. He's going to get straight. He's going to go from back to front as quickly as
Mm-hmm.
possible.
Yeah.
What Carquez will then make a back three.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then, as we go further forward, Carquez will move up again another and get involved in
Mm-hmm.
build up going forward. So then that goes from a 3-2-5 to a 2-2-6.
Right.
But Carquez will go forward in stages, whereas
Mm-hmm.
Frimpong is just going to go. And Carquez will, so he can sit in or he can go forward, he can build up,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not both going to fly forward immediately.
Right.
You'll build up more with Carquez going from the back three into the midfield three and then
Mm-hmm.
into that front six. And then, but then it's all fluid. Then
Mm-hmm.
it's like what Slot says about a lot. Like you look at Guardiola, it'll be like you get here. Then we'll be on the edge of the box. You pass it to there, and then Raheem, you tap it in with your right foot.
Right.
This kind of level, like with them, it's more about let's get these world class players
Mm-hmm.
into a position where they can do their stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then you let them do their stuff. You don't try and overcoach that final bit. You say, right, we're going to get you into these areas with the ball. You're Mo, you're Verts. This is what we're going to try and do. But you then allow them, players of that
Mm-hmm.
quality, to take control of the final decisions
Yeah.
themselves. You know, and that's why they're only looking for these elite level of players because can you put a Ben Doak in that?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
And that's why you can't even put
And
Elliot
expect
in
him to
here,
thrive?
even though
He'd
Elliot
be
can.
eaten alive. Sorry,
Yeah.
Quest. Sorry.
No, you're right. Sorry, I was the one that cutting in. I was gonna say even with this, yes, you could put Elliot in Vert's position, but you see, Vert, he's a pressing demon. He runs and he tracks back very well. I've seen him in games where you will find him somewhere where McAllister is. And that's always been the issue with Elliott. He cannot track back fast enough. But yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting to see how he's gonna, he. And one thing I like about him is he will make changes as this, the games and the season goes. If he sees that something is not working, he will change it. I want to see how he plays against City, how he plays against Arsenal, Chelsea, because those are not going to be the same way he's going to play against the other clubs. Is he going to go back to his 4-2-2-2 like we played against City at Etihad? But yeah, man, big up to Rasta Crab is in the building. Great show yesterday, guys. And also, I would like to shout out Tamid Zaman. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being our new subscriber. And anybody who subscribed that I haven't seen in the background. But Tamid is the one that it just popped up on my notification that he just subscribed. Thank you, guys. We are still on the on the road for 1,000, man. Sponsored by Anfield Irishman, man. Quincy Bold versus the Sauces. It's gonna happen, people. And right now I'm at 98%. So I don't know how many hot chicken wings I'm gonna be eating, but it's gonna go on live.
Well, I got the reverse sauces. I was just thinking about it. You got the sauces about what's going to happen, but I'm not going to crow about it, but I am a little bit. I've taken a lot of heat for a lot of my opinions on who I think should be sold from this club over last year.
Yeah.
Over last year, I've taken a lot of heat on my opinions on who should be sold.
And guess what?
And
They gone.
every single player that I thought should have been sold, not wanted, gone, any of that, just should have been sold.
Yeah.
Darwin Nunes,
Gone.
Diaz,
Gone.
okay,
Yeah.
Simicas
About to go.
probably going to leave,
Mm-hmm.
Elliott probably going to leave, Ben Doak,
Gone.
Chiesa
About to
probably
leave.
going to leave. Every single one of those players that I've been sitting here saying, these guys need to go. Doak deserves a chance, Elliott deserves a chance, blah, 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 deserves a chance. No, they don't. You've seen him enough.
Yeah.
Every single one of those players, if they haven't already been sold,
They're about to.
Elliott, Simicas, the other dude, the only one that I did have a thought about, but then changed my mind about was Endo, because we're just too much changing. Endo is kind of, look, he's good to have around the place because he can play DM in the pinch and centre
Yeah.
half, blah blah blah. So
I think
and
Endo's going for free.
yeah, he'll stick around, and it's not really worth the hassle because he can do a job here, there, and everywhere, and
Yeah.
you just keep him around, and
And that's
But
why
pretty much,
I'm yeah. I mean,
and Kelleher too as well. Sorry, Kelleher, but only I wanted Kelleher to leave for the good of his career.
yeah.
So
So I mean, people, I'm telling you, man, Irishman has been on point all year. He started it from since last year, and I remember at the beginning of the summer when his channel began. He's like, "Yeah, this person has to go." I'm like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah." He was pushing Diaz out. I was fighting for Diaz, but Diaz also wanted to twerk for Barcelona, and I think annoyed the hierarchy at Liverpool, so they pushed him out to Bayern instead. But
do you
yeah,
think
man,
they did that
you
on
have it.
purpose? Do you think
You
they did
think?
that on purpose? That they didn't? They kind of, not on purpose, but maybe
Mhm.
kind of were just intentionally didn't sell him to Barcelona.
Oh yeah, I think they did that.
Just as a kind of an FU, a final FU, if you're going to be out here doing all this.
No, I think they did on purpose because they could have
Yeah,
structured the deal in a way where
they could have.
Barcelona,
They
yeah,
could have made it. That's the point. Yeah,
yeah,
that's what they could. If that was like, say, an Elliot or a player they loved or something, they would have put a deal together to allow them to pay it over
yeah.
3 years or something like that.
Hmm.
They were just like, "Oh, nope, cash only. Sorry."
And I
Yeah, that
think the
Barcelona
annoying
bid.
part is, the annoying part is he would have gone there for less money in terms of wages. Barcelona was not going to raise his wages that much compared to what Bayern is giving him. And
Oh yeah,
Liverpool, and Liverpool wanted to sell him to the Saudis because would have make more money. Gary says I should use a wrench. It'll make the cool easier. Rasta, what are you saying? He said apparently Olise has a release clause and only 2 teams he willing to join. Talking about that, let me remove this. So this is the team that it seems like the chat did not challenge us. They agree
can
with
I
that.
ask you a quick question before you
Yes,
do?
sir. Mm-hmm.
Put Isaac in that team.
Oh my God.
You're the manager. You're the manager. Put Isaac in that team.
Okay, so we're going back to, let's say 4-3-3. So we just set it. I reset back up. They remembered.
Mm.
Okay, so we put him back in here. 4-2-3-1 or different formation?
I just want to see what you do. How are you getting Isaac in that
Oh, in
team?
this team? Oh, too easy.
Yeah.
Too easy. Let's say Garbeck is still suspended. Where's McAllister? What are you doing the right back? No, that's too easy. I know honesty is not gonna like it, but it is what it is. See, what I do is I'll
Oh,
tag this guy in.
it's not that crap. I just want to see how Quasi gets Isaac in this team.
Oh,
Just interested to see how he does.
Isaac. Quick. Right? Isaac, come on here. AKTK tuck in here. This will be a 4-2-3-1 tucked in. Right there. And just like what the manager just said, these players here can move around.
Mm.
It's one touch football on the left side. This is going to be a black hole for the football. When he goes there, you're not getting it back. But he will create when you're in the box, right? So this is how it was going to be if we have, and I want these two guys to be burning down the line. Because then this man right here is very dangerous when he's over here. You see what I mean? Extremely, extremely dangerous. I don't know how you're going to deal with these two right here, if on the right side. And then this guy can also, oh my God, don't get me.
So it's curtains for Gakpo, basically, is what you're saying. It's curtains for Gakpo.
What's that?
It's curtains for Gakpo if he comes in.
That's basically it. That's why I said it was too easy.
That's what I do.
The managers told you what this guy can do, and you could tell he is very impressed with what this kid has done so far, and how he's gelling. He's gelling real fast with him, and that's the type of football the manager likes. You know, Dutch football and German football are kind of very similar, right? They don't hold the ball too long. It's pass and move, pass and move. German engineering, kick the ball. I'm already on this position. Give me the ball, right? He is liking this thing between these two because look at the goal. The first goal against Crystal Palace. 1-2, bam. And if the ball is going to stack on somebody's foot, it has to be this guy where he is right here. Because guess what? When he gets the ball anywhere here, pray. And then you have this demon over here. He also gets any ball between here and here, pray. And we know that he's he can. So that would be my squad. What are the people saying? What are people saying? Are people agreeing with me? Yes, no, maybe so.
People aren't. Yeah, CJ is saying, "What's Isak even doing there?" I just wanted to know how if we did sign Isak, how Quasi would set his team up with Isak in it. That was really all I was wondering. I'd do something similar. I don't think you sign Ekatike and Isak and rotate them. I don't really think that. I don't want to. I'm not going to. People still can't really understand football, I suppose. When people have said to me, "Oh, why would we do this? Why would we do that?" Because Arne Slot played like this last season. And he didn't do that last season. So why would you bring in a player to do that when he didn't do that last season?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a fundamental misunderstanding of football. He is going to change what he does. He's going to do different things. And if you think he bought Ekatike by accident, he doesn't know how to use him. Do you think that he buy Isak by accident and then sit there and go, "Oh, bloody hell, what am I going to do with these two guys? How am I going to make that work?"
Yeah.
That's...
I mean, you see, people don't. People are so stubborn on how they look football. It has to be 4-4-2. That's the only way. Wow, you saw that video about the guy who was saying the chess that Newcastle was playing, and you're gonna have 4-4-2. It was hilarious. No, the manager knew. They knew. I'm pretty sure they probably didn't expect Ekitike to be quick, growing so fast. They were expecting him to be okay. We will be rotating him and Isak or somebody else because we need an out-and-out striker. And the manager have said, and I think honestly, you did posted it what the manager said. He said that the player can play from mid to left, and play from the left side. So Isak can also do the same thing.
Isak, Ekatike, and Wirtz can all play in pretty much every position that you have them in there. You could swap either one of them. Exactly. Isak can, other than Isak playing in that kind of false nine role, Isak and Ekatike can play off the left. We're not saying they're left wingers, but they can play off the left. Wirtz can play off the left. Ekatike can play through the middle. Wirtz can play through the middle. Wirtz can play false nine. Ekatike can drop in and play false nine. Mo Salah is the only static player there. Excuse me. Mo Salah just has one position. That's where he plays. The rest of them, they can all interchange positions continuously during games. Isak can
Exactly.
pop up on the left, Ekitike
Hmm.
through the middle, Wirtz goes out to the left, Ekitike moves into where Wirtz was.
Hmm.
Incredible amount of fluidity. Incredible amount of fluidity. And that's what I'm saying. That's when you buy these level of players,
Hmm.
you can introduce that level of fluidity and trust them to make the right decisions and execute those decisions.
Hmm.
You can get four bog standard championship players and put them up front and say, right, we're going to be really fluid.
Hmm.
I want you to all interchange positions. They'll be running around bumping into each other. Do you know what I mean? Like
They, they
they'll
will
be
know where to
passing it to the
go.
sidewall. Yeah, they'd be passing it out to the Hordens. I mean, they'd be, passing to the ball boy. They'd be running into the wrong. You give players at that level of football IQ, technique,
Yeah,
intelligence. You look at the Ekatike goal against Palace, the way Bart's just dropped out to the left
exactly
with a
what I'm
1-2.
saying, right? Because
Football IQ, and they barely played together.
they,
They barely played together, and it was like Verts plays a pass like he knows
hmm,
exactly where everyone is going to be all the time. His
yeah,
football IQ is next level.
yeah.
His decision making, first touch, first pass, next level.
How he gets in between players, he gets the small pockets. That's what I was talking about. The part where Gakpo needs to learn is when a player like that gets in between pocket, you cannot hold the ball because if you hold the ball and the team gets it, that's a counter attack. He's out of position. So you have to do 1-2, 1-2, and get into the right position. And the stuff that you were talking about, the reason why they are so good on the left is because all these players are right-footed. So of course they can operate from here and get into their strong foot right here, right? Compared to Salah, he operates on here and then get to his left foot right here. So that's why he scored a lot of his goals coming through this space. So yeah, I'm like I want to see what this manager how he's gonna be doing this going forward because he is changing football. And that's something that people are not paying attention. Earlier, you said, Guardiola. Guardiola was very good in rotating his players with all these good players that he had. And that is why we're going to see if Andy Slot can get it. Because if he does it well, he's changing football. A lot of managers, up and coming managers, going to look at him like, yo, I don't have to do what Pep Guardiola is doing. I can do this simple stuff. Learn how to get the right players in the right positions and then rotate. Jurgen Klopp was the master at doing that. He built a system and just got players who know how to play and put them there, right? And yes, everything also has a flaw. We're not going to sit here and say everything is perfect. No, everything um, has its flaws. But Rasta came in and talked about the Olise situation. So I wanted to share something. And I think you also brought it up earlier. You said this gentleman is back buying space. And this guy
Oh,
hasn't been wrong yet all summer. His record is impeccable right now. I think right now he's the only one who's beating my sources. As far
oh,
as fact,
that story, the thing he put up about how Richard Hughes just dog walked Bayern Munich through that
mhm.
Diaz transfer that was one of the best things I've read in years.
they
That
said,
was oh,
they said
that was
Bayern feels
humiliating.
like they got played. He said Bayern feels like they got played. Oh man, that's incredible.
But it was like Richard Hughes said, yeah, you're getting played, and I'm the one playing you. He was sitting there, literally, wasn't doing it behind. It was just this guy is old.
Man. And last year people wanted him fired.
Oh God, I mean, praising Bournemouth, and then in the same sentence saying, "We just got a sporting director from Bournemouth." Is that our level? Like as if everyone starts at the top. Like no one's ever worked their way up
do
through
people
the
know
world
where
before.
do you know where Edward came from?
The making coffee in the back room of Tottenham. That's where he was. He was doing data entry,
Uh,
not even data analytics. I think he was doing data entry at Tottenham
you're just
in the
putting the
back room.
numbers in.
Yeah, he was just typing in the
They
stuff.
just typing it in. That's basically the lame term. Please explain it to them. Basically, he was just what typing the numbers in. He
Yeah,
wasn't creating any formulas. He was just typing those numbers in, numbers that was already somebody else's formula. Um, Double L is saying, I think we will need to win the Prem or the Champions League this season for Olise to pick us over City next season. I don't agree. We are big by Liverpool. As a matter of
Where is
fact,
this coming from? Where
I
is
don't
this?
know.
So,
I don't
so
know.
inside Bayern, there's a clear expectation that Liverpool and Manchester City will be Elise's preferred destination should he decide to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Bloody hell!
Yeah, they're inside
I,
Bayern.
I didn't.
This is inside Bayern. So this Bayern space has contact inside Bayern. When
Are they
the
saying what? Is there any number on this? No, there's only the year. Is it? It doesn't
no,
say how
no,
much.
no. He just put it in there. That means Olise has been 2026. That's 3 years in Bayern. So if he chooses to leave Bayern, he's going to City or Liverpool. And I think the reason why he's going to City is because of Pep Guardiola. I don't think Pep is going to be there.
No, I think this will be his last. Yeah,
This is going to be his last year. That's why he's going to go ham. And if he doesn't win a big trophy, he's done.
at best, second last.
Hmm.
At best, this
Yeah, I
is his
bet.
second
Because he has
last
only
game.
2 years left.
Yeah, that's it. That's at best.
He has 2 years left. If he wins the league, he's walking. If he wins Champions League, he's leaving. But yeah, this thing about we have to win something and before a player to come to Liverpool, those days are over, man. These players are choosing Liverpool. It wasn't because we won the league. Yeah, the league helped. But they saw the project that Liverpool was laying down to them. Wirtz and Frimpong chose Liverpool before we won the league. Let it sink in a little bit, Double L. They chose Liverpool before we won the league. I believe Kirkers also chose Liverpool before we won the league. Isak was choosing between Liverpool and Arsenal. By January, he knew where he wanted to go. Arsenal fans think that they were offered Isak. Who gets offered Isak and don't find the money to pay for it? This is ridiculous. But yeah, but Bayern Space is very knowledgeable with Bayern stuff. I mean, he knew the Bayern playbook. I think maybe that's why somebody spooked him and said, brother, I think you said that you think it's Wirtz who is Bayern Space, right?
No, I didn't say that. No, that sounds like something K-Mac would say.
Because the guy gave us the play-by-play. City was out before we even started that race.
This guy will be getting pressure from Bayern Munich, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Dude, without a doubt, this guy will have gotten emails from people at Bayern telling him, we don't like what you're doing.
Yeah, pipe down. And he did. He disappeared after the verse. I mean, up until he left that big old thread. After that, he just disappeared and told everybody, make it as you will, but I know Wirtz is going to Liverpool. And he was not wrong at one point. So if he's putting this there with his record right now, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and believe him. And Olise plays on the right side, right?
Does he?
Mm-hmm. From Bayern, he took over what's the name spot? Sana's spot. And when he was at Crystal Palace, he was on the right. I mean, he can interchange. He can play on the left too. And right now, reading it, Chelsea might also wants to do something there. But Chelsea, how many wingers does Chelsea need, man? Come on. They just do too much. But yeah, that is what the whole Bayern space is. And Bayern space have been very, very reliable. Second to my sources. Newcastle, I think Liverpool just being petty. Let's talk about this right here. Irishman, you think Liverpool just do this on purpose? Liverpool just being petty. This came from Paul Joyce.
That was unnecessarily cruel for Paul to put that out there. Paul really had, Paul has blood on his hands, black and white blood on his hands. There was no need to put the boot in. It's just like,
This brother,
honestly, Quasi, it's
he
almost
just
like
came back from vacation, and that's what he does.
I mean, he's just he's just a bad person. It's almost like every single time now somebody signs somebody, 24 hours later or 12 hours later, there's a story comes out that Newcastle tried to buy him. It's just at this stage, just stop picking on the kid. He's already down. Stop. He's already down. Stop picking him. But the one Romano got it spot on when he was talking about the Ekitike one, or Ekitike as he calls him. He said that one of the things that was holding that deal up a little bit, because there was a guy at Frankfurt, he said there's a director at Frankfurt that is fully convinced that Manchester United are going to come in with a higher bid to try and sell. That was for Ekitike, yeah. There was a director at Frankfurt, Romano, when Romano repeats something over and over again, it's because he's been told it. And he kept saying, there's a director at Frankfurt, one of the guys is convinced that if they wait, Manchester United will come in and try and gazump Liverpool. And that's exactly what they did. But right at like the last minute, I think.
Yep, they showed up.
5
They
minutes
think we
to
don't
go.
know.
Yeah, so it's Newcastle. All these guys have heard that they're trying in the background.
Yeah,
I've heard that said that they were trying to get him, but Thingy said it. Romano said it 2 weeks or not a week ago, or the other guy. He said, look, they kept putting out the thing, and it was like certain clubs are interested, but then they said if Liverpool, everybody who's interested in him understands that if Liverpool were to enter the race for Leone, then it would be over. Yeah, they wouldn't have any chance. And I think about 48 hours later, he was a Liverpool player.
Yep. Because guess what? Ekitike, like MK2 is putting the AKTK, told everybody that he wants to go to Liverpool. So that whatever that Frankfurt guy was doing, that because I'm pretty sure the Frankfurt guy, somebody from Manchester told him, hey, can you hold this thing up? Because they're trying to fix that. Because they were still talking to Bournemouth at the time, right? They were still talking to Brentford, and they could not get that Brentford that thing to go over the line. So they were probably telling him, hey, take your time. And that's why they rushed so fast for Sesko, because nobody was holding any player for them. They went in, got the deal done, and paid more than what Newcastle even was trying to pay for. But one thing that I agree with, I don't agree with this. Well, Wharton is better decision maker in terms of the midfield than Baliba, but I'll take Baliba over Wharton. I know that's sacrilegious for Irishmen. And I also believe, Rasta, I'm telling you, the sources have told me, I have already even posted it on my X account, on my X page. If you want to see it, I said, this brother wants Liverpool, and he's not going to Man U. Brighton knows they can make 120 next year. If they force it now, they'll probably just make about 80, maybe 90 at the most. Next year, after the World Cup, they know this kid is going to go to the World Cup. Ivory Coast will probably make it to the World Cup. But I think this kid is coming to, Endo is leaving, right? He'll be the perfect replacement for Endo. So when we play teams that are very athletic in the middle, we could use him. But yeah, I agree. But I think he's in terms of him and Wharton, who will you pick, Irishman?
Wharton. Yeah. I think like Double Line is talking about it. I get, he has his thoughts, but what I'm saying is Slot's using what was here. Slot is using what was here. Okay. He didn't buy Graf. He couldn't get Zubimendi.
Mm-hmm.
So Grav has gone in and become the guy. No one is saying that hasn't happened. No
Mm-hmm.
one is saying Gravenberch didn't play well.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is Slot will have something in mind. He's come in and it's like I think it would be highly unusual
Mm.
for me if he Gravenberch, who isn't a DM, that's
Right.
not his natural role. His natural role is more of a box to box midfielder who has been
Yeah.
converted into a DM. It would be extremely surprising to me if that was Slot's final answer
Mm-hmm.
in that. I think you will see we're seeing he's playing because he's there. He's playing
Yep.
because he's better than Endo. He's playing because he's better than Jones. He's better than these people. If we were able to bring in, I guarantee you, if Slot was able to put his perfect team together, Adam Wharton will be at Liverpool tomorrow.
Mm.
Baleba might be, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. But I think Adam Wharton would probably cost you 40 million quid less than Baleba would.
Mm-hmm.
Plus he's homegrown. Um, that's do you know what I mean? It's
No,
Grav
we
is
make
here
a
and
good
that's why
point.
he's using them.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he's a top player. Like we say from day one, there are no bad footballers at Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody at Liverpool is a top quality player because that's how good you have to be, even just get on the bench. Simicast is a
Right.
top quality footballer compared to the average footballer. He's playing for the Premier. He may not be a Roberto Carlos, he may not be a
Yeah.
world beater, but he's a top player. For
Mm-hmm.
most teams, he's a top player. So it's just Grav is here, and get Grav has played that role. He's been a revelation in it, but I do not think in any way that that's the future for that role. I think you're
Mm.
a specialist, an outright specialist in that midfield role that can take the ball off the defense, can play
Mm-hmm.
it long, can play it short, can move with it, can also run into midfield.
Yeah.
Grav can learn those things, but someone like Adam Morton is just a natural in that Alonso type distributor role, deep line playmaker. That's not what Grav is.
Yeah.
Grav wants to take the ball on the turn and run. He's having to learn to do different things, but he's just not a natural in that position. Um, I mean, it may sound stupid, some maybe but that's just
Mm.
the way I look at it. I think if you were to imagine putting a Verts in the number six,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean a Verts level of player in the six. That's what I'm talking about. That's the next step.
Mm.
Grav can do it for now, but imagine you have someone of Verts' quality, but he's a number six, and you put him in there. Then we have a Verts at six, a Verts in the middle with Mac at that level, and we have a Verts at number 10. Do you see what I'm getting at?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And actually, this I'm gonna even take it further. While you were speaking, I'm started thinking. I'm like, Irishman has made a point that people have not even started talking about yet. And I'm going off from the players that you listed that said they were going to move on. This manager has no loyalty to any of these players.
No, other
So
than the
don't be
ones who brought.
surprised that next year he will, because he could say, you know what, I'm selling Soboslai. Don't be surprised he sells Gakpo. Don't be surprised.
Oh, just because he's Dutch, he's not gonna.
He has no loyalty to any of
No,
these guys. His loyalty is to make sure he puts the best
Liverpool.
team out there to win. And the thing is, the players will appreciate that because they know he wants to win. At the end of the day, the end goal is to win. You see what I mean? And
Mhm.
it's like kids, right? If a kid sees that you are disciplined, even when you tell them not to do something, they might not like it, but they will feel safe. And at the end of the day, they will ride with you all the time because they know you're making them feel safe, even though you don't let them do what they want to do because there's structure. So I don't see what you're saying wrong because I think Endo, they're not going to renew his contract. He's too old. Um,
An
and Endo is
emergency signing by a previous quasi. Like,
previous
let's
manager.
be real here. Let's
Yeah.
be real.
Mm-hmm.
He's an emergency signing because we couldn't get a Saicedo that
Mm-hmm.
went, and Klopp said it himself. The club went outside of their age policy because it was basically an emergency. So an
Yeah.
emergency signing by a previous manager, a previous
Mm-hmm.
director of football,
Yep.
as 33. Why? Why are people going? Oh, he doesn't rate Endo. He doesn't rate it.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? Like he wouldn't have bought Endo if he was £1 million. You'd be like, what would I do with Endo? I wouldn't.
Mhm.
Good player, great player for such and such, but I don't need an Endo.
Yep.
You know, so
And
this idea that he has to be integrated, he has to be. Why the hell would Slot want to play an Endo? What
and the
loyalty
fact
would he
that
have?
people, yeah, and the fact that people, there's rumors that Basetic also might go because that would have been the perfect replacement for Endo. Tells me, like I said,
Stefan's finished, man.
yeah,
Stefan's one of my favorite players. Stefan is one of
hmm
my favorite youth players that came through
yeah,
in terms of style, the way he played. Beautiful
hmm
little footballer.
yeah,
His career at Liverpool is over.
yeah,
He's been out for he's been gone for 2 years. He was
two
out with an
years.
injury for a year.
hmm
He went away on loan last year at two different clubs, came back injured again. It's not going to happen for Stefan. You know, it's not
Yeah,
bad players slagging off. It's just not going to happen. You
right.
know, he go to Spain, go back to Spain, get your
hmm
career back on track because you're a really good little player, really good little
hmm
footballer. But again, like we spoke about earlier, teams outgrow players and they do it
Yeah.
very quickly when they're successful.
hmm
Very quickly.
And the thing with a lot, I know people talking about. I think Soboslai. I'm expecting Soboslai to have a great season, but the reason why the manager likes him is his work rate. He's tech
Reliability.
and
Reliable
reliable.
work rate. Yeah, you can
Exactly.
rely on him
You can
to
rely on him. He's fit most of the time, right?
he's a
He's gonna be there.
yeah,
Him
he's
coming
a
off the
monster.
bench, it's a very high. Soboslai coming off the bench is not a small feat. That is a big player, big time player coming off the bench. So if let's say we were to get Baliba, and you have a swap between Baliba or Soboslai coming off the bench, that's a dominant team, right? That's a championship team. That's what City used to do, right? They have Fernandinho and who else? Yaya Toure.
Oh, what a player.
You see what I'm saying? So, Liverpool fans, we need to get to the mindset of that kind of rotation from the manager. And all the players cares about is if the manager rotate everybody and keeps everybody fit. I trust me, as much as players always want to play all the time, they know I'm going to get my playing time. Right? So the next player who should be watching his back is Curtis. Curtis give us something that a lot of the team does not have. Right? He's playing basically a number 10 playing in a 6 or 8, which a lot of times, a lot of teams don't have that kind of stuff. But he also needs to be consistent. So, yeah, this manager, literally, this manager is a spawn of Edwards. Remember, Edwards wanted to spend the money. Klopp was the one who said, no, I can work with these players. He felt, even though those players were not his first pick, when they came in, they became his peoples, and he didn't want nobody touching them. But this one is saying, hey, my man, if you want to move them on, move them on. It is what it is.
It's the dream team. I think Hughes, Edwards, and Slot
Mm-hmm.
right now is genuinely one of the best units.
Oh, yeah.
They're all completely aligned.
They all
They
think
all have
alike.
the same attitude.
They all
Yeah,
think
it's
alike. The difference between Klopp and Slot is Klopp was just a great manager who fit what Edward wanted to happen. But eventually, his other side came out. The same thing goes with Pep Guardiola. I'm not saying that makes Klopp a bad manager. I'm not saying that at all, because guess what? Pep is throwing warning at the City hierarchy, saying, if you give me a bloated team, I quit.
yeah.
You see what I mean? It's part of great managers sometimes feel like, hey, let me do what I'm doing. But then there's also the other great managers like Wenger and Alex Ferguson, who's listened to their director of football and say, hey, no, you don't need this. Get this person. Get this person here. Let's bring this manager here to help this person, right? Alex Ferguson, towards his last 10 years, he was bringing in managers to come coach while he managed everything. That's the mistake that Wenger did. He just loved coaching that he never got off the training ground.
Why do you think Klopp isn't a manager now?
Good point.
Why isn't Klopp managing in Germany? Why didn't he go back to Dortmund? Why didn't he become a manager for one of the Red Bull
Mm-hmm.
teams if he wanted to go work for Red Bull?
Mm-hmm.
Why has he stepped away?
Good point.
You know, people were saying, oh, he's been pushed out by Edwards. He's been blah, blah, blah. It's like, look at what
Mm-hmm.
happened in the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Third and fifth, right?
Yep.
Klopp shot the bed in the last 2 years, right? Because he handed the
Mm-hmm.
reins over to Pep Linders.
Mm-hmm.
Pep Linders is somehow now the head coach at Manchester City. Pep Linders is awful. He's Pep Linders made us play some of the worst football we've ever played under Klopp.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just became Linders football, which was terrible, which is why we lost a lot of games,
Mm-hmm.
why we couldn't keep clean sheets, why we constantly went 1-0 down.
Yeah.
Remember when we always used to go 1-0 down? Do you remember that season where we just
Mm-hmm.
every season we were second half set FC because it
Mm-hmm.
took Klopp to get into him at halftime? Um, it was one of those because do you remember the 1-1 draw or was it 2-2 at Luton?
Yeah.
And that really did you see what McAllister said about that?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the quotes from McAllister about that
I didn't see
game?
my no, I didn't see that
Yeah,
one.
McAllister did an interview there. I think it was yesterday. So there was a lot of quotes from him, a lot about
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, he had a massive. He had a huge personal issue last season. He said. He said I had a huge personal issue last season, and a couple of people knew about it, like some of the South American players. He said,
Mm-hmm.
and they were helping me out. And he said eventually, he said somehow it got back to the manager that I had
Mm-hmm.
this big issue.
Mm-hmm.
And so he said Slot called him in, and he said Slot was absolutely amazing with me. Had an incredible,
Mm-hmm.
brilliant kind of thing. And it got me, I got through that thing. Now I don't know what that is. I haven't seen
Yeah.
anyone mention it yet. But he was saying he had some serious personal stuff going on, and
Right.
so they all worked through it. But he
Mm-hmm.
was talking about that Luton game,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't remember. It might have been halftime or it was full time. I'm not sure. But he said Klopp came in and they were all, I think it was halftime, and he sat down and he just started screaming at me. He said, yeah, no, it was full time. And he said, sorry, I'm going to have to swear here. But he came in, he just screamed, he said, my old midfield would have won that fucking game. That's what he said to Mac. And he said, my old midfield would have won that effing game. Walking.
Damn.
So all these people, they think it's all love and hugs and cuddles,
Mm-hmm.
and that Slot is a bastard. I
Yeah.
mean, players would laugh at half the shit some of our fans say, man. Oh, you
Mm-hmm.
need to keep everyone happy. It all needs to be good at, blah, blah. Players would be like, football is one of the most ruthless businesses on the planet.
Yep.
You think the fans think it's all, it needs to be this and that.
Nah.
Go inside a dressing room at a top club. It's ruthless business.
Yeah. I
You
agree.
know, there's no, but that, I just thought that was a great quote. It's just like, yeah, he just comes, my old midfield would have won that game. He was like,
That means Klopp
he said it spurred him on.
he wanted to retire with that midfield, man. Genie leaving, I think that's when he got pissed and started fighting with Edwards a lot because he loved Genie. So the
No,
Buvak was the man.
but no, but by the way, just Max said, he said that really, he said, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he was right, or really kind of inspired us, kind of thing, to go on.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't even actually, I just thought it was a crazy quote. But now that you said it, that actually shows you he was just in love with that midfield,
He
wasn't
wasn't
he?
like he didn't want.
He
He
was just
wanted
absolutely
to
in love with that midfield. Yeah.
because the last time he did that was when he was at Dortmund, and he's the one who left. You see what I mean? Remember the year that he said, "Okay, fine, trust us." When he brought Soboslai, Maka, and all those guys. The year before, everybody told him, "Klopp, your midfield is tired." He didn't want to change them. Like literally, he said, "No, they're good. They are the best midfield in the world." Everybody was like, "Brother, Henderson can't run anymore." I really want to know what was going on because that's when you started getting the frustration from Virgil, especially Virgil. Virgil was was kind of like off. That was the year that was the worst season he ever had. And now look at how he's speaking. We need more. He gets it. Right? He has come out and said we need more on the attack. The manager also said we might get one more. Send it back. And big up to, I want to say, I don't know who it was. Either was it Redbird? Somebody, I don't know who it was, but somebody told me to look into Giovanni. He said, Kwesi, check out Giovanni. He's a baller. Remember, I told you guys I was writing it down. Where am I? Where? Okay, there it is. If you could only see it. And I wrote the name down. There were two people they told me to. There's a Divine Mukusa too. He said, look at him. And I wrote Giovanni Leone on here. My camera won't allow you to see it. And guess what? I did my research. I called my boy Edwards. And Giovanni's at Liverpool. So when I tell you I'm connected, please, people, respect my connection. Okay? The sources are there. We have the best community, Irishman. We got the best community because literally this guy, we just heard his name a month ago, and now he's a Liverpool player. And I really, really want to see him play. When I was watching his highlight, the way he was bullying Lukaku made me love him even more. I'm like, okay, so he got that dog in him.
But who did you say a minute ago? You didn't say what name did you say a second ago?
There's Giovanni Leone was the one that they told me to
check.
I
just heard you say Giovanni. I was thinking, have we signed some Brazilian winger or something? Giovanni is it? Okay, yeah, Leone, yes.
And then what's the name? Divine Mukusa, which I never got to him, but Giovanni basically was just it for me. I was like, wow, this kid is special. Yeah, so Liverpool, we're on the right track right now. People need to understand that we're not going to do the same way we used to do things. This lovey-dovey stuff, I think, is the thing of the past. And right now, Irishman is right. This manager has no loyalty to anybody. He has loyalty to the crest. Edward is on the same mindset, and Richard Hughes. I think Richard Hughes is probably the nicest out of all of them three. Just looking at his personality.
It's not about not caring.
Nothing to do with caring. It's not to do with caring. It's just
people are humans. They're humans. Yes. But your boss cares about you, Quasi.
Exactly.
Your boss, I'm sure, cares about you and thinks you have a lovely family, all 21 kids, and it's great, and that poor wife, Yeah. But if you're doing your job and the fact that you're not doing your job is affecting your company's bottom line, and he's the one that has to answer for his company's bottom line. He can't say to when the boss rings up the big boss, he doesn't ring you up, does he? He rings up your boss. Your boss can't say, oh, look, that's Quasi, man. You want to go and talk to Quasi. No, he's the one who answers.
Yeah, so answer it.
So, it's if you aren't really able to do what you're supposed to be doing at that company, you may be the nicest person on the planet. Everyone loves you. But you will eventually lose your job because you're not able to perform the task that you're there and being paid to do.
He can't protect you forever.
No, it's just, and in football, you can put that at triple speed. Yeah. Because in football, you'll get 2 years in your job to settle in, blah, blah, blah. You just come out of college, just got a degree or whatever, give them time. Football, you get that long. That's how long you should get at the top level, as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
You telling me there aren't 10 other players out there that can say, I don't want to make it about this guy, right? But you tell me Alexander Isak isn't sitting up there in Newcastle watching last season, watching us win a league title with basically no striker.
Yeah.
Darwin Diaz, Diogo, God rest him, that was in and out, but we didn't have an out and out striker. You're not telling me he isn't sitting there going, I should be at that club winning leagues. I walk into that team, I make it better, I score goals.
Yeah.
He's looking at that. These players have no room. They want what's best for them, and they want to play with the best players on the planet.
Yep.
Because again, like your work, if you find out that like there's another guy that does what you do and he'd help you out, and you find that he's one of the best in the business, and you find out tomorrow, guess what? He's coming to work for us. And you go, I'm going to be working with that guy. Wow, I'm going to get better. Because everybody that works with him gets better. That's what players want. They want people to come in that are going to make them win more trophies. Win them more trophies, basically.
Exactly. Players who, yes, they love the camaraderie. They love being with everybody. But at the end of the day, it's all about winning. And if they can get these players who will help them win, then it makes their job easier. It's more fun. You go
Oh,
into the
good
training
money.
ground, everybody's
Yeah.
laughing. You know what I mean? They want to win. So I'm sorry, a lot of people are going to be godsmacked that, I mean, that things are not going to be the way things are. That's why some fans are already upset that slot this, slot that, blah. People, Liverpool's moving on to a new point where it's either you are on the train or bye-bye. And I've always said some of your favorite players might not be here at the beginning of the year or even next year. Some of I hear those rumors that some people say Salah will be gone, to Saudi in next year. It might be Virgil. Everybody knows that, hey, I need to step up, or the team is going to move on. They love you, but they'll be like, hey, bro, we can't keep holding your hands. You know what I mean? You got to meet us halfway. So moving forward, man, but I think we are in safe hands. I think the manager is good. He is ruthless. He focuses on winning. He gives everybody opportunity to show him that you can do it, but he's not going to give you more opportunity than what other managers will give you, because he knows, brother, they gave me only 3 years to stay here. People forget, and his slot got 2 more years left. So he is also fighting for his career. We shall see, man. We
10
shall
out of
see.
10.
Yeah.
That's what he said, Quasi. He said 10. He said it was some stuff was like, 8, 9 out of 10. He said, but 10 out of 10, that's the standard of Liverpool now.
Yeah.
That's the standard now. We're sitting and we're not just out there saying it in the wind. Anybody can come out, he can have a little smile and go, like Eddie Howe with the "you have to earn the right to train with us" kind of speech at Newcastle, trying to go with the whole big club thing.
You gotta
Yeah,
prove
but you can go out there and saying the 10 out of 10 is the level at Liverpool when you're signing players like Florian Wirtz and Alexander Isak, and you have players like hoping we sign Isak. Sorry, Rasta, before you blow your top, if we sign Isak. For him, no, well, look, you got the Allisons and the Virgil van Dijks of this world. That has to be the standard now. I'm sorry, Harvey, you're 7 out of 10. Or I'm sorry to Simicast, you're 7 out of 10. Just that gets you a great career in football, but it doesn't get you into this Liverpool team. It doesn't make you a bad person, doesn't make you a shit player. It makes you a millionaire, by the way. Harvey Elliott's probably already a millionaire. Simicast's probably a millionaire. Already, I saw him driving around.
Yeah, they're set in life.
Yeah, they've already won that life. They've already won the life. Harvey Elliott has already lived his dream by playing for his boyhood club. Like, how many kids grow up wanting to be a Liverpool player? Millions. How many actually get to do it? Hardly any. Harvey Elliott got to do it.
Man.
So he's won a life. He's had his career here. Now he can move on at the age of 22, go prove us all wrong, and become the next Iniesta at Crystal Palace or something. Go and take that Eze role.
Yep.
So we've got some.
No, you're right. Go ahead, Brian. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I was just gonna, basically agree with your point and add what Double L is saying here. He said even some of the players had to have a wake-up call. They realized that, oh snap, I don't have anybody to support me anymore. If you get caught in an island by yourself, bye-bye. You will be by yourself. There won't be any raft coming to help you. And some of our players, I think Darwin was told last year that he was gone. He never recovered from that. After January, his head was gone because there's no way the manager was using Jota over him in games that we needed somebody who had pace, right? PSG being the 2 games where you needed a Darwin pace, where it's okay, these guys are pressing us too hard, kick the ball to Darwin, let him push him back a little bit. He kept using Jota. Jota would have come off the bench and probably score a goal. I think some of the players, Simicast being one of them, Elliott being one of them, you could see they all have the same mentality. The only one who stick to it was Diaz, because Diaz was he had a plan. I'm going to Barcelona or Liverpool's going to give me a new contract. So, yeah, man, I'm impressed with Arne Slot, man. This guy has impressed me. Like, it's crazy how everybody was looking at, including myself. Remember, I think Irishman, you and I had a big debate on Friday Night Live about who's going to be the manager. My manager was Zinedine Zidane. People were talking
Mental.
Alonso. People were talking about
That was
Amorim.
mental. Yeah.
People
Your
were talking
Zidane
about
shout was mental.
Amorim, and everybody was. And then when this guy came from nowhere, everybody was like, "Who the hell is this?" And now you look at him, and you thinking like, "Wait, how did Liverpool find this man?" Because even the media haven't figured it out. And I know what's the name, Simon from Talksport is trying so hard to kind of like he's caught between two minds where he's like, "Yeah, I like him." But then he's kind of feeling himself. He's like, oh, he likes the part where Slot is not emotional, right? He doesn't do what Klopp was doing. But at the same time, he's trying to find something bad to say. So he can't figure out where to stand. Every time I listen to Simon talk about Slot, it's like, I hate him, but I appreciate this guy. I like him. So yeah, man. Sometimes, man, you just have to let the people who, I have the person who owns the company that I work with, he said he has to step back and let the people who are expert take over.
It's
And
usually a good idea.
which is a good idea. Because trust me, that guy is Irishman. He signs the checks. And if I tell you I sent over 100 checks and he goes line by line before he signs these checks, that tells you how much involved he knows everything. He's 80 something years old and he knows every crevice of the property. But he says, I have to step down and let the people who are expert take care of the business. And that's one thing that I think Klopp could not do.
You got to
Right?
know what you're not good at.
Exactly.
Got to know what
Sometimes
you're
you
not
have to
good at.
let people tell you, bro, your plan is not working. Let this person take over. And I think if Edward was still here, Klopp would still have energy to be coaching. That's what I believe. But yeah, man, do you do before we get out of here, I have my people in the chat. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. I know this conversation has been good. I totally forgot to let you guys know. Please hit the like button. If you are generous enough, please hook us up with the super chat. But please hit the like button. That is free. Subscribe. Don't forget about that notification bell. It's very, very important. But people, please join my fantasy league, Quincy Bolt Premier League. Here is the thing. I'm gonna put it on my X and post it there. If you know football, all you people who talk all this yang about football, hey, this is your chance. Prove it to us. Prove it to us that you know how to play. You know what I mean? If you can, there it goes. Irishman, are you playing the fantasy football?
No. I would like quickly, if we did have a chance, just to respond to 12 man's comment, because I know it'd probably be sore if
Oh,
we
where
don't.
was it at? Where's that? At 12 minute. 12 man loves the club too much. This one? He says, sounds more like you two are forgetting that club style was different. Some of us accept that Slot is the boss, but doesn't mean we don't prefer the foundation. See, this is the part where people, and please let me
I
get
think it's
this
the
in.
opposite. I mean, I literally, no, I just think, sorry, I just was saying, you're saying it sounds like you're forgetting the Klopp style was different. That's my whole point, is that Slot's style is totally different to Klopp's, and that's what I like.
You know what the
Pete
manager said?
Klopp was good. Pete Klopp was good,
Mm-hmm.
but I think Klopp towards the end was just getting tired and run out of steam.
Exactly.
um,
And
and
Pep
also,
was
I mean,
coaching. Don't forget that.
yeah, I mean, like I said, the guy's not even managing anywhere now. He was tired, he was worn out. And I like that Slot has come in. And I said, what was the most important thing that the new manager can do?
Mm-hmm.
Don't try and be another Jurgen Klopp,
Thank you.
because no one's ever going to be another Jurgen Klopp. So just come
Mm-hmm.
in and be yourself, do your own thing, and be. That's I'm not for. Well, I think it's the opposite. Forgetting that I'm celebrating the fact that their styles are different, not forgetting it. I really,
That's why
that's
I
what I'm
don't
saying.
get Irishman. 12 men, I love you, but we have to stop thinking that every time there's a constructive criticism about Klopp, that means we've forgotten the good work that he did. There's no way any human being or any Liverpool football fan is going to say, I don't care what Klopp did. If you say that, then you are not not an LFC fan. Just like I always say, we have a lot of player FC, they are not LFC fans. Klopp was not perfect. So if Klopp was not perfect, that means there are certain things he did wrong. And certain
Yeah,
things he did
Slot's not
wrong was
perfect.
Slot is not perfect.
Slot's not perfect either.
You see what I'm saying? People need to stop thinking that we have to praise everybody that, oh, you play for Liverpool with the crest on your chest, so we can't say anything wrong. No, we can't. The other fans, the rival fans can't. We can't. And Klopp wasn't. And there was mistakes. And the mistake was very visible for a lot of us to see. And if there was mistake that everybody can see, we cannot act like it never happened. So I am sorry that people feel like we criticize Klopp. Klopp did a lot of he will tell you himself, I made a lot of mistakes. He said it in one of his exit interviews. A lot of things that he wished he had done different way. He even apologized to Gakpo.
Yeah.
He apologized to Gakpo. Why would he apologize to Gakpo? Another player he apologized to, Fabinho. When Fabinho first came in, he tried to play him as an 8. He was horrible. What did he say? Oops. I remember that interview. He said, oops, because people say, hey, Fabinho is a much better 6 than an 8. He's like, yeah, oops. I remember that. So we have to stop thinking now, if I come here and say Klopp didn't do nothing, okay, go at me, because that's a lie. If I downplay what Klopp did for Liverpool, that's a lie. Get at me. But Arne Slot would tell you, my style is not that different from Klopp. His recent interview, people go listen to it. He said, my style was not that different from Klopp. I just had to make a few adjustments. Come on, we got to stop thinking that every time we criticize Klopp, it's like, oh, we forgot what he did. You are not a Liverpool fan if you forgot what Klopp did. Period. I'm sorry. Even if you don't like Klopp, you can't forget what the manager did. He is the reason why we are where we are right now. But even with that, there are mistakes. Am I wrong, Irishman?
No, look, I'm just saying the last 2 years under Klopp were not good. We finished
Yeah.
fifth and
I
third.
mean, it was apparent.
Linders wasn't working out. We all know people want to go big for Linders. Look what's happened at Man City. Linders is, massively, massively responsible for the poor football, I thought. Just
Yeah.
me, personally. People might have loved the football we played. If you do, cool. It's just like food. Some people like fish, some people like chicken. I thought the football was poor.
Yeah.
I didn't like watching it. And we were vulnerable a lot. And we finished third and we finished fifth. So that was a poor ending to Klopp's legacy, I thought, at Liverpool. I thought that medium era, he was perfect for a lot of the time. He got everything right, but no manager. Ancelotti's made mistakes.
Yeah.
Mourinho's made mistakes. Wenger, Ferguson, they've all made mistakes.
Everybody made mistakes.
They all hung on maybe a little bit too long in Wenger's Ferguson's case. I think Klopp, like I said, I've said it from day one. Linder's doing Linder's stuff. If he wants to do it, might work somewhere. Klopp doing stuff. But the two of them married together was supposed to work, and it just didn't work. And instead, what you got was the worst of both worlds. Instead of the plan was to get the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
And it was like what we said about that quote from McAllister when Klopp came into the dressing room and said, "My old midfield would have won that game." It's. I just think it was time
If you
for
hear it,
change.
you'd be like, nah, Klopp never said that.
I just think it was time for change. And no one's ever going to forget what he did for us. But I mean, the foundations are now Arne Slot's. I think Klopp. I keep doing it now. I used to say Klopp instead of Slot. Now I'm saying Slot instead of Klopp. I think
Very easy.
Klopp. Yeah, I think Klopp was undermining the foundations that he put in there. I think he was actually undermining those foundations towards the end. um,
undermine his
and
own success.
you know,
Mhm.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he said, okay, Thomas said, Klopp was a good work he did. Your preference is for Slot and the Catrol style, but just because some hold higher acclaim to his accomplishment, then
No,
that's your
that's just putting
opinion.
words in people's mouth, man. You're just
Yeah,
putting
at the end
words
of
in
the
people's
day,
mouth, man.
12
You're just
men,
putting
all
words
I'm going
in
to
people's mouth.
say is at the end of the day is Liverpool success. The
Klopp is one of our
preference,
greatest ever managers. Klopp is one
yeah,
of our greatest ever
Klopp
managers.
is already
Always will be.
solidified.
So
The
he's a
same thing
legend.
as what's his name? What's his name?
Paisley, Shankly, he's up there with all of them.
What's the name? What's the name? Benitez.
Slot has done
Benitez
nothing
wasn't
yet.
a yeah. Benitez was not a warm and fuzzy person. Do you know how many times Gerard was trying to win an affection from this guy and he never gave it? But guess what? Liverpool fans still love Benitez, and we never won. We won what? One trophy, what, two big trophies under him. One trophy, one big one, Champions League and FA Cup. But
No,
Benitez,
and he, yeah,
and Benitez, everybody consider Benitez one of the best Liverpool managers of all time.
Klopp is one of the greatest managers we've ever had and will ever have.
And I think Klopp surpassed him.
Yeah, Klopp, like no one is saying anything the
Yeah.
opposite. Like, he's one of our greatest ever managers, one of our
Yeah.
the best ever. Like probably character wise,
Yep. And people
Kenny's a
talking about
special
Cathro.
character.
Benitez didn't. People think this guy's mean. Benitez, remember Benitez, the one who almost sold Alonso to Kazakhstan. What's that place? Afghanistan or Kazakhstan or something like that. The year that Benitez almost won the league. That year, I remember after that year, that's when Alonso left. That year, he and Alonso was having a big beef, and he almost sold him. And Alonso had to come back and apologize. The next year, he was gone to Madrid. Benitez was also very, very the same. I guess maybe that's why a lot of people start to like this guy more because he's giving people the Benitez vibe. No warm and fuzzy stuff. Remember what he did to Roy Keane? He wanted a specific striker. They brought him Roy Keane. Roy Keane was gone in January. People,
But
yeah, man.
it's not about saying.
I'm
It's
just
not
saying,
saying that
people
Klopp
forget.
does. It's not. Yeah, no, it's not saying Fozzy that Slot does things differently to Klopp. So I
That's it.
prefer
That's
Slot
just
over
it.
Klopp. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I prefer Slot over Klopp, and I think Slot is
Mhm.
better than Klopp because Slot does things differently.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that after a long period of time when Klopp was obviously tired and worn out and was ready to go, what we needed was
Mhm.
someone to come in and, like I said, don't try and be the next Jurgen Klopp. Don't try and
Mhm.
copy him because you're not going to be him. Come in and be a little bit more different, kind of more of colder, more ruthless. And again, we're over. This guy isn't. He's a nice guy. He's not out there being
Mhm.
ruthless and kicking babies and stuff. He's a
Eating
he's a nice
babies.
coach, but he's just making a little bit more kind of less personal decisions, maybe.
He
And
is
that's all it is. We needed someone to come in and just shake it up because you
shake
can't
this
try and
up a little bit. Yep,
eight,
exactly.
9 years with the same manager. Look, shake it up. Do so. So come and
We
get a guy
needed
who's
to
got,
shake this up. That's all.
and he's done a great job doing it.
Mm-hmm.
He's done a very, very good job doing it, and he's been a very good coach at doing. Is he anything near Jurgen Klopp's legacy yet? No, of course not.
Mm,
Jurgen Klopp came in and he changed the entire
the whole structure.
landscape with this club.
The
Everything,
whole structure,
absolutely everything.
including the city.
Yeah, no, the guy transformed. He was the most perfect manager on the planet for Liverpool for quite a long time, but nothing
It
lasts
was,
forever. And he
yeah.
moved on. I'm not downplaying anything he did.
Mm-hmm.
You can love every different kind of. I just love right now. I love what Arne Slot is doing. Like I loved what Klopp was doing when he came in.
Mm-hmm.
But and it's not it's not a Slot versus Klopp thing.
Mm,
It's just we're just comparing it to what went before
yeah.
and how different it is. And it's just that it needed freshening up. The team was growing
Yep.
old together. And you needed a guy who was a little bit impassive,
Mm-hmm.
maybe, or impartial, maybe to come in to
Mm-hmm.
make those tough decisions, like guys who've been here for a long time. They
Yeah.
probably need to leave. those are
Mhm.
tough decisions that it's much easier for a new manager to make
Right.
than a guy that brought them in the first place, and
Mhm.
that and has a bit of not that he's a cold or ruthless character, but he's
Mhm.
just didn't do what's best for the club.
Yep.
So I'm not here lionizing him for being, this Doctor Evil type guy, and
Mm.
he's better than Klopp. It's
Mhm.
just that I think it was needed. And by the way, the guy just won us our second league title in 32 years, and that keeps getting overlooked. If someone else had come in and did that
Bro, if
in a
Klopp had
different
won
way,
it, if Klopp had won it, this see, Irishman. This is what I believe. People who have debate between Klopp and Slot, they are not Liverpool fans. That's what I'm saying. It's the same thing as, oh, I like Salah and everybody else shit. That means you are not a Liverpool fan. You are just an individual FC. Because an LFC fan will appreciate what Klopp did and appreciate what Slot is doing. And that's it. That's the end of the debate. All of them make mistakes. Shankly made mistakes. Pursley makes mistakes. All of them down the line. But at the end of the day, we got to stop thinking that one person is just too perfect to be criticized. I could still see some people still upset that we sold Darwin. People, this is LFC. We trying to if the club was run the same way you are thinking right now, we won't have any history to stand on. You see what I mean? At the end of the day, just like, is it Pursley or Shankly who said it? It's LFC. It's period. At the end of the day, it's LFC. The ethos of LFC. Trophies, success, family. That's it. Even what's his name? Suarez. As much as people don't like him, and as much as how he left, embarrassing the club, still is part of one of those long distance cousins that we don't like to have around, but he is family, right? Uh, Coutinho, same thing. Torres, the guy that broke her heart, the family member that broke her heart. But he's still family. That's what Liverpool is all about. It's not about, oh, this person is better than this person is better than this person. No, that one will show itself up. At the end of the day, Slot might win more trophies, but that does not mean that we're going to forget what Klopp did. And the reason why people would start having that debate is because there are some club sexuals who just still want to hold on to something that we all know that is going nowhere.
yeah, but it's also it's immature to listen. For me, it's immature to just see it as, oh, you're praising this guy, you're praising, and they say, oh, well, it's that guy versus that guy, like it's a
Exactly.
wrestling match or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm way beyond this guy versus that guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you can talk for an hour about what someone does and what someone else does,
Mm-hmm.
and it not be, oh, well, you were pro this guy and anti that guy.
Right.
It's not. It's just talking about what two people have done and how their jobs went. Like,
That's it.
unfortunately, I'm old enough to have been around a long time to have seen enough managers where you just go, yeah, they've run out of steam, they've lost whatever it is. It's time to move on. And you could see that with Klopp. It was time to move on. We needed fresh blood, and Klopp will always be he'll be a statue manager. Klopp gets a
Oh yeah,
statue.
Klopp will have. I think his statue is going to be
You
at the
know
AXA Arena because
exactly.
that's his legacy. He built that.
It is that's a great show. Actually, that is his legacy.
That's his
And
legacy. He built that. He look at him because of him. Manchester United rushing and build their own. Now they're talking about they have the best training center in the world, brother. You just put two warehouse together, right? Our training center made a player said yours is better than the biggest club in his country, so he chose our club. So that one is club's legacy. He said, "I want this now. Build it," and they built it. So I think he will get a statue over there. They'll probably name it after him.
yeah, he's on our Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, I think they will name it
He's a
after him.
Liverpool Mount Rushmore coach,
Yeah.
100%. Paisley, Klopp, Shankly, Fagan, maybe Benitez, maybe, but he's up there. He's absolutely up there. So
Yep.
it's just about needing needing that bridge between something.
Mhm.
Slot could have been seen as a bridge manager, you know.
Yes. Yeah. Guess
But there
what?
we go.
Brighton is confirmed. Baliba not for sale. I told you, Baliba will be a Liverpool player next year. Mark my words. Irishman, I don't care the big. You could bring the hardest, the what they call it, Carolina Reaper
The
sauce.
Reaper,
Bring
yeah.
it. I'm telling you, Baliba will be a Liverpool player next year. But
Developed
Irishman,
in the
if I were to
Mexican
put
insane asylum.
if I were to put your feet in the fire,
Don't
and
do that.
you see the quote that David Cobb made said there's a possibility that Liverpool will spend another 60 to 70 after Isak or Ngehi.
Mm.
And I think they're looking at the winger. Do you think they were listening to us and saying, Gakpo, Salah, we need to bring somebody who could play that side?
How could you not? I mean, we sold Doak for 25 million today. If, as we're kind of expecting, Elliot goes
Mm-hmm.
and Chiesa goes, how
Yeah.
could you? How could you not? How could you
Mm.
not bring in a new attacker? I mean, forget
Yeah.
Isak. How could you not also bring in a? I mean, you saw Dope never played for us, so you're not losing him from the squad.
Yeah.
Chiesa and Elliott barely played for us, so yeah, but you are losing them from the squad to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
one maybe,
Yeah.
like one could that it would seem like, oh, we sold Doak, or we sold Doak, Elliott and Chiesa, and we only brought
Mm-hmm.
in Fafana,
Right.
for example. So that will be seem like a little bit 1 for 3. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but again, like say Doak's never really played for us. Um Elliot Chiesa, but it would be insane to let Doak, like if
But check
Chiesa
this
is
out,
still here,
though.
I'll be
Why do you
shocked.
think? What if I feel like this player was a hype player? Etse. People were like at the beginning of the summer, everyone said, "Hey, let's get Etse." I said, "No, he's not the player you need to dominate. He's a player you need to
Yeah,
add to your squad, right? Because he
yeah.
will make your squad way better." Right now, after getting all the players that I wanted, getting Etse, I'm not opposed about that. And that's just to put a crawl on Arsenal. What do you think about Etse right now this year? Like, go get him. Make Crystal Palace some money.
If we hadn't bought Verts, I would have
Mm-hmm.
maybe taken him. But I mean, Eze, I think he's 27 now.
Yeah.
Um, so he doesn't want to be the next Wolf Zaha and get stuck at Arsenal
Mm.
until he's 30 and never actually. And that guy's good enough to play for a big club. Yeah, he is. I
Oh,
mean, he's
he
good
is.
enough to play for.
He will start at Spurs. Easy.
Oh, he'd be probably potentially the best. I think
Him
he'd
and
be
Kudus.
better. I think he'd be better than Kudus. He's probably more reliable, more consistent than Kudus.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but
But that's the
that's a
thing.
good
People
front
think
three.
he's not just a number 10. If you watch how he played against us, he was drifting from the left to the middle.
Yeah, he can move around. He
He
can
can
move
move
around.
around.
He's just like, I would have taken him kind of as a. This is when I didn't realize or didn't believe we lived in a world where we could sign a Florian Wirtz. I was like, well, he could do a job, kind of, like you said,
Yeah.
in and out, play off the left, play through the
Mm-hmm.
middle, um, do a lot of different positions. I thought he would have been a squad kind of player,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but a high end squad player. But as soon as Verts comes in, it's like, oh, okay, so I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just like I walked into Lidl, Richard Hughes just grabbed me and said, no, we're shopping in Marks and Spencer's today, mate. We're
Yeah,
not
better.
shopping in
We
Lidl.
said we don't do
Yeah,
that
no,
here
yeah,
anymore.
yeah, wrong supermarket.
Wrong
Wrong supermarket.
supermarket.
Yeah, we're
Yeah, this
shopping
is
in
for
Marks
Tesco.
today.
We change it to bigger, But no, I mean, if Liverpool's, I've at the beginning of the summer when these things was flying, I'm like, I love this. I love brand new toys as anybody else, but I was concerned about the gelling part, right? But one thing
Hmm.
that I was listening to Simon, and he said, but now you are not getting players who you have to build up. You're getting players who are ready to go. So gelling is not going to take too long, right? Because the manager said we have to gel these players together. He said, well, you are not getting the players. For example, you are not getting the players that Klopp used to get, which he used to get them, build them up, and then they take off. But you got players who are ready to take off. So the gelling is not going to take too long. Eze on the left side, Eze and Gakpo switching with the backup of what's his name? Backup of Rio. We good to go. Now, I think if they're going to go for a winger, they're going to go for a player who could play the right side too, because that's the spot that we haven't replaced. And we need a speed demon. Like, we need a speed demon. If it's going to be a winger, that person has to be on the right, who could play the right, who could play the left, and who could interchange you, sometimes sneak into the middle. So, yeah, man, may you continue, man. Liverpool, I mean, at this point, I think they say we only spend 50 million all summer.
It's insane though. We
It's
could drop.
insane. It's
We could drop
ridiculous.
three
Like, it's
players.
funny
Though.
at the same time.
Yeah, but Quasi, 25 for Doak.
Mhm.
Say
It's
we get
ridiculous.
35 for Elliot. Say Elliot goes to Palace. They lose Eze. We get 35 for Elliot, right?
Mhm.
Let's just be conservative. Call it 30. 55 million. We get say Chiesa goes back to Italy for conservative 10 million.
Yeah.
65 million.
On
And
players.
the Simicast, again, conservative, goes for 10 million.
Mhm.
That's 75 million that we could still very easily conceivably bring in sales this summer. So we have loads of, like, we have a
Mhm.
ton of room to
Yeah.
then go out and buy. Obviously, we want to buy Isaac if we can do that, but that Doak and Elliot bringing you in basically 55 to 60 million off,
Mhm.
an investment of about 6 million.
Yep.
The books are going to look very good, so there's no
Oh, the books is
reason why
looking,
we won't be able to go
brother.
and go,
The
yeah,
books
we'll take
is
that player.
looking.
Yeah.
Somebody just put that they expected 600 million people to watch the first match. Right? The sales, the Adidas sales has killed everything. Like, destroyed the market right now. And it was funny, mate. I'm going to say this and we get out of here, Irishman. Somebody posted that Arsenal third kit is the biggest Adidas sale. And then somebody said, no, that's not true, right? So an Arsenal fan wanted to prove everybody wrong. So he asked Gronk, or whatever that thing called on X.
Oh,
And
right.
Gronk,
Yeah.
and the Gronk says, no, Liverpool have the highest sales, 700%. That's the biggest sale in the market right now. And the guy kept asking questions like, well, you're not giving me the answer I want. You're just giving me this percentile and this percentile. And everybody, bro, it was the funniest thing ever. It's like me fighting AI. Said, who has won more leagues? The Premier League. And he kept saying, well, Manchester United have 13, even though you both have 20 or whatever. And he kept he's trying to get specific. And he keeps saying, brother, no, Liverpool has the most sales. Arsenal came out here at 1.5 million. Liverpool have sold over 2 million on the first two jerseys alone.
Yeah, they're selling out all their web stores.
All over the world, you can't get anywhere.
Everything is.
You know what I mean?
Red for Life. That's Red for Life is always in my channel, your channel.
Yeah.
He's over in Canada, and basically the day after, like the morning after it was released,
it was done.
He couldn't buy it online, and then we
Yeah.
had Joe. Like we were saying, we had Joe literally driving around Atlanta on live stream on my show in just a crazy quest to find. He found it eventually, but the man had to drive around for about 5 hours to do it. Yeah, that's it. So
dealing with those traffics too on a Friday. Oh my God!
Can you imagine just in like the places that have money where we're highly supported? A lot of people, a huge amount of people in Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore support Liverpool, Hong Kong.
Yeah,
and those people have a lot of money. So the lucky ones do. Those things are selling out. You can imagine how many of that stuff, because you can ship them a bit easier to that part of the world.
Yeah.
Let alone in Europe. Like I can imagine people like the Liverpool store is probably pretty well stocked because that'd be embarrassing to run out there.
Right.
But you've gotten people going, yeah, I can only get this, I can only get that. And then I'm sure you can probably go online and pay double if you wanted, right? You could probably go on
MK
eBay and
said the red.
pay double.
MK said
Red
the red
dice
dye
stuff.
has
Yeah.
finished.
Yeah.
There's no more color red anymore. People, please hit the like button, man.
We
Come on,
bought all the red. All the red is
all the
gone,
reds are gone.
basically.
People, hit the red. Come on, say hit the red. Hit the like button, people. Hit the like button. Come on. You got Anfield Irishman who have taken time. He could have been on his show, and he has taken time to grace us with his presence. You guys, you got to get the likes up. It's free. Come on, get the likes up. Get the likes up. Come on, people. Do you want to do prediction? I usually don't care about prediction. All I care about is 3 points. All I care about is 3 points.
I'll do. Yeah, exactly. I'm not. I think predictions are more about saying later on I was right, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I will kind of make a niche prediction. I think we'll stick. Yeah. Say that again. I think we'll stick a couple past them before halftime.
Thank you.
I think we're going to kind of blow them away first half tonight.
Right. I always say 3 points.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think we'll win it, but I think we might really go at these guys first. I wouldn't be surprised if we got it. Like, do you remember how early we scored against Palace?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for what was that, 4 minutes or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we really just fly into these guys for the first 20 minutes. Like someone said, they've lost to Barney, they've lost Kirkes, they've lost Tyson, they've lost Kepa. So new team at Anfield, I think we could break them open. I wouldn't be surprised if we're 3-0 up at halftime. Genuinely wouldn't be surprised if we're 3-0 up at halftime.
Nah, I said 3 points. So that coincides with exactly what Irishman is saying. So big up to Mandem. Thank you so much for joining us, man. We appreciate you guys, man. Thank you. Enjoy yourself today. Football is back. Sit down, kick your feet up. Trust me, it's going to be a long season. But hey, Liverpool, we are ready. Champions. We're going for the back-to-back. So big up to all of you guys taking your time to join us. Please get the likes up. Get the likes up before we get out of here. We need at least 5 more likes before we get out of here. Give us those 5 likes, people. Give us those 5 likes, people. Come on, my people. Thank you so much. Irishman, Kwesi Bolt. Peace.